If your best version of the ticket is a station that only talks about the musers and the hard line, have we got a brand new podcast for you.
Patreon.com/sportsgreek.
Thank you, Craig. All right. A few idiocracy-sounding stories here for you. There was a French jet that was trying to land at an airport in Corsica, and they had to keep circling for an hour because the air traffic controller was taking a nap on their desk.
Oh, my gosh.
Literally taking a nap. So the security locks on the tower doors apparently slowed the access to the rest of the staff while they were trying to get in there to wake up the one air traffic controller who was in there, who had kind of turned off the lights, get a little shut eye. You just circle for a little while. I'm just going to grab 40 winks.
Wow.
Why is napping called 40 winks?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because winking is closing one eye, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's why it's called 40 winks. Why 40? I don't know, but
yeah, I wish we knew.
A wink kind of implies you're half awake, half asleep. One eye's closed.
40 winks definition.
And didn't Lizzie Borden give her dad 40 winks?
Wax.
Whoa, that's vulgar.
It likely comes from an indefinite use of the number 40 referencing biblical events or a general large amount, combined with 14th century use of wink, meaning a short sleep or nap.
Wink.
Just an old saying.
Okay, an old saying. But anyway, the jet had to circle for an hour, finally lands safely, but once again highlighting something we talked about yesterday, which was we don't have enough air traffic controllers in this world. God needs to let more air traffic controllers be born.
Right.
I mean, that's what God does, right? He's very interested in occupations. That's why they always say God needed a good center fielder when some athlete dies, or God's always fielding people for their jobs that they did on Earth.
Be careful what you say, though. That's run by the FAA. That's our government. How would you know if we have enough air traffic controllers?
George is hopping mad.
I think you need to bring it down over there.
We're going to talk about that Muse in the news today, the Jimmy Kimmel story.
Oh.
What?
Oh, that was unrelated. I just thought that applied to everything.
No, we'll talk about Jimmy Kimmel because well, I guess we are getting into it here because it's a little shocking, right? A show just all of a sudden
shocking.
Suspended indefinitely, and this coming after Colbert, was announced that he's got, less than a year now because they're not going to renew his show.
Mm-hmm.
So I also think that late-night talk shows will go away, just in general. They've certainly lost their cultural importance over the time that we've been alive.
Apparently not. I mean, apparently they still have heavy cultural importance.
Yeah, I know, but not the ratings.
So much uproar.
So they cause uproar with the government circles, but maybe not so much with the people anymore. I don't know. It does seem strange. I know, Giorgio, you're can't miss on talk shows, aren't you? You still watch them?
I still watch Kimmel. I record it and I watch it every once in a while. Yeah.
You know what's interesting is that everything has lost ratings. Have the late night talk shows lost an equal percentage of ratings, say, as the big primetime shows, which used to get 40s and 50s?
Used to get large ones. Are they still relatively... No, they can't have the same relative dominance, can they? Because Carson was the biggest one. Johnny Carson on NBC, and so when he got ratings, I think he was the highest rated.
But MASH is the still most watched television program, the final episode of MASH in the history of this country, even more than a Super Bowl. And now the most watched primetime show is 10 million?
Probably wouldn't even
million?
recognize the name of it.
Right. So you could also argue that has fallen dramatically, just like late night has fallen from the Carson days.
Yeah. Yeah, so Jimmy Kimmel out. How do they scramble and, what do these
They
all
played
these stations do?
Celebrity Jeopardy. Or, no. Celebrity Family Feud last night.
Anupama.
And I don't know if it was one that was run earlier in the day or just, I don't know what it was.
And for those that don't know the story, and once again, we'll do it more in depth at 7:15, but Kimmel had a monologue that talked about Charlie Kirk and MAGA and Trump, and people were upset about it, and then the group of ABC-affiliated stations that were owned by this one company were in revolt and very pissed off about it. And so ABC, I guess, is trying to get some FCC deal done, which the government is involved in. And so it's like a preemptive move to quell the political backlash where they can get their deal done. And so they say, okay, we'll indefinitely suspend Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, it's a very complicated story because there's financial elements to it that I really don't understand about FCC approval and all that to a new merger. But yeah,
merger's
for those
a
of us,
glazer term to me.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think to everyone, and now we live in a society where just the mention of media, and that gets people ready to fight. What do you mean the media? Media did what? Well, as Andy Rooney said, yes, the media is important. It's important if you want to have a democracy.
Yes, the media is important.
And anytime you start trying to control that from the federal or state or local government, man, that is a problem for all of us. And I don't care what side you're on. And I don't care if you like or dislike Jimmy Kimmel. And there's some of us that are really, really tired of being, hey, don't say that. Don't say it. I shouldn't be afraid of my own government.
You need patriotic music or something.
No, I don't. I don't want patriotic music, but I'm tired of just, walking on eggshells. That's not what this country is about. It is not what this is about.
No, Americans should not fear their leaders. That's 1930s stuff.
They should not fear the government leaders. We should only fear advertisers.
Right,
as broadcasters.
That too.
But the advertisers,
don't say anything because
but the advertisers react like this because they fear the leaders.
Right.
Yeah,
it's a very strange time,
and maybe it's in their own heart. Hey, I don't want to advertise on a station that feels that way, and that's your right. That's fine if you don't want to do it. But there are. I wonder how many. Maybe I'm the only one. But I bet there are a lot of people in the media who are sick and tired of this. Sick and tired of being vilified. Sick and tired of talk like this, like, oh, yeah, it's about time. I hate Jimmy Kimmel. Well, wait a minute. I thought just a week ago, weren't y'all telling us this is about free speech and that someone should have the right to have free speech? He's a comedian. It's a joke.
It's a G.I. Jane joke.
He was going to. And he did it within the context of playing a clip from Trump himself, who did react like a 4-year-old talking about his goldfish dying. But don't say anything. It's coming after you next. Well, you know what? I've been doing this a long time. Fine. Fire me.
Please.
Don't fire George because that takes me down with him. What are you doing?
Please fire me too. I'd like to kick my feet up.
Yeah, the free speech discussion is always interesting because it always seems to move. You never know what someone's talking about when they're talking about free speech. Sometimes we talk about, it's freedom from consequences. Other times we talk about at its base level, in this country, it should be freedom from government persecution for free speech. Outside of the yelling fire in the crowded theater.
Right.
Someone should be allowed to talk. But I guess the problem here is the government can also say, look, we had nothing to do with this. This was ABC deciding to get rid of Jimmy Kimmel. With the wink of that had nothing to do with our approval of whatever deal that may be coming down the pike later. You have enough people
spread throughout the government doing your work for you that are working for the FCC or working for some other governmental agency. Yeah, you can say, well, that's just the way it happened.
Well, if we're still on the air at 7:15, we're going to talk about this a little bit more, as well as some other great issues, such as a doctor who did not handle doing surgery very well because he had to take a break in the middle of the surgery he was doing for a very unusual reason. That at 7:15.
All right, Gordo, thanks. That's the ODEC.
Thank you, Craig. Well, the big entertainment/political news is that ABC has announced last night, yesterday evening, that it was pulling Jimmy Kimmel's late night show indefinitely. And this comes after people accused Jimmy of describing the politics of the guy who allegedly murdered Charlie Kirk, the suspect in the murder and assassination of Charlie Kirk, as being one of their own. Actually, I don't even know if he said the politics were. I'll have his actual quote here. Kimmel said in his opening monologue Monday night, We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. And that got people mad, upset, because, passions and feelings running very high after the murder of Charlie Kirk. And there's a group called Next Gen that owns a bunch of ABC-affiliated stations that said that they were pulling Jimmy Kimmel, and they're in a move right now to be part of a $6.2 billion merger that the FCC has to approve.
Nexstar,
yes. I said Next Gen, sorry. Nexstar.
Based here in Irving, I believe.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. And because, they want that deal to go through, I'm not saying that's their sole reason. Maybe they also, particularly don't like Jimmy Kimmel on their stations, however many ABC affiliate stations they have. But certainly that has to factor into this decision. They need government approval. And if the government is putting the lien on stations to talk a certain way, they can withhold that approval or make it more difficult to do it. So then private businesses, or public corporations, I guess you could say, have to respond to that. So you get this weird mixture of, you can have people in the government influencing what goes on private corporations or the private sector that control what goes on the airwaves. But the government controls the airwaves ultimately. So will we get to a point, maybe this is way too premature, but that's what we like to do. We like to speculate wildly. Will we ever have state-run TV in America? Or maybe that's what public radio and television was about, and that's why we're against it.
Well, I think that is different, and I don't know. I do think this is a step towards it. I think anytime the threat of something from the FCC, which all they do is control your license to broadcast, and usually unless there's something that is really out of whack, that is something that is renewed with a rubber stamp every 8 years. As far as it works, I do believe it works for TV the same way it does for radio. I'm telling you, even if you don't like Jimmy Kimmel, and I think he's funny, I will say this, I don't watch him as much as I used to, because I do think a lot of his monologue is political humor, and there's a reason why we don't talk politics here on this show. We just don't. It's not our thing. And it's very divisive in this country. But this is different than a lot of stories we've had, in that this is the government trying to, in my opinion, trying to intimidate a network, a show, into removing this guy. And it's not a matter of him. I wish we could just play that part of the monologue. It's not about him saying what sort of person Charlie Kirk is, or a joke about Charlie Kirk. It's a joke about Trump and how some are reacting to it and trying to use him for political gain. That's an opinion, and in this case, it's a joke. And he plays a clip from the president when he's asked about, how are you doing? Are you upset about this?
How you're dealing with the death of your friend Charlie Kirk?
And he says, I'm doing quite well, actually. Hey, the ballroom's coming along really well.
He's really high on this ballroom.
It's just
right
the most
now.
bizarre thing, and that he's making a joke about that. He's not making a joke about the death of Charlie Kirk. Anyone with a brain and with any sort of decency in this country is appalled with what happened to him. But how some people are reacting to it, you certainly have a right to have an opinion on that. In this case, make a joke about that. And to silence him over this is downright frightening. And it should be, if you're in the media or not, if you're driving to work this morning, this is different. I'm sorry. This is very, very different.
It's like the Micah Jerry situation. We knew it was different. We could sense it wasn't a normal negotiation.
Right.
The weird thing for me in all of this, and maybe it's not weird because forever we have observed how both sides can be incredibly hypocritical. And it was the right that was very much against cancel culture. And now it appears to be the right that wants to cancel. And what I don't understand is, one of the things everyone says about Charlie Kirk is that he was a champion of free speech, and nobody should ever be killed because of their point of view, which he was, and that was horrific. But also, if you believe in free speech, then you should be okay with what Jimmy Kimmel said. It wasn't that out there. It wasn't that outlandish, and it seems like I don't know where we stand as a country. I think I know where each extreme side stands, but I don't know if we know where we stand as a country on free speech anymore.
Yeah, the old idea was that the mechanism for removing Kimmel would be the viewers who are so upset by what he's saying, you go to the advertisers, you put pressure on advertisers, the advertisers pull out, and then the company gets rid of the guy, right?
Yeah.
That's the way people used to do it.
I wasn't crazy about that in some cases.
Yeah, but the idea that the government says, well, I just don't know if we'll approve your license next year unless some changes are made, that we'd like to see a couple of these programs go. And that always feels good when it achieves the ends that you particularly want. But when you realize that, okay, but then what about when the next person is in power on the opposite side of the aisle? I'm okay with them doing that to my guys.
Right.
Like, that's the principle I want America to work on, is that whoever gets in power gets to run state media,
right?
Basically. And that we can, I just, if we do the thought experiment and run it out to the end, I don't know that everyone's going to get real comfortable with this, that you're going to be comfortable with the opposite side doing the exact same things to achieve their ends.
And
or maybe we are just all getting to the point where, there's no real principle to anything. It's just who wins. It's just teams.
Last night, the president posted, now NBC needs to fire their late night guys, which I just find strange. I don't recall any president calling for the firing of talk show hosts or comedians or things like that who disagreed with him.
I thought we were going to cut back on our tone after last week, right? Or I guess not.
A calming of the political discourse.
Hey, yeah, I think for context we should play it because I've seen headlines that says Kimmel fired for what he said about Charlie Kirk. He didn't say anything about Charlie Kirk, the individual. This is what he actually said.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half-staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish. We hit some new lows.
Okay.
So
yeah, and I remember watching at the time thinking, okay, that's a little hard. And there are times when I listen to Kimmel and go, yeah, he probably went too far with that. And does 90% of the monologue have to be about Trump? But it's his show, and I have the choice to turn it off if I think it's too much.
But I also think, I wonder if we just have thicker skin than most people do. I mean, like, I watch comedians, and I go, oh, man, that's really harsh. But I never think, man, I really need that person to lose their job for me to continue mine the rest of the day.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people, of all political persuasions do feel that way. Like, they really get invested in wanting to make sure that they strip out people that they don't like talking the way they're talking. I want that person to lose their job.
And isn't that a bit of a comedy comment from the president? I'm doing quite well, actually. Hey, the trucks are over there. The ballroom's going to be the great,
the beautiful ballroom.
I mean, that is kind of bizarre, isn't it? And worth making a joke about.
I would say the only place where Kimmel probably went too far there was at the very end when he basically said he questioned the way Trump was grieving. And everybody grieves in different ways, right?
Sure, yeah.
So he's almost accusing him of not caring. And so I think that may be where he went a little too far, but I also would not think that that's a reason to pull his show.
Right. And also, I don't know, maybe Trump had answered 50 questions in that press conference already about Charlie Kirk, and he was walking off and then wanted to mention this one other thing, and so it's...
Maybe he thought he'd already addressed it.
I don't know.
Fair enough, yeah.
I don't know. We don't know the full context, but... Yeah, I'm just, and we're probably very invested in it because we are in the media. And I remember having this conversation 25 years ago with one of my friends who was always banging on about the conspiracy of the liberal media and all this, talking about how we're doing the control. And I said, hey, look, man, I work in this business, and I've never had any meetings about how all of us media people getting together to conspire to put out these are our talking points and these are what we're going to do, and we're part of a pretty popular media organization.
You're encouraged to give your opinion, and that's what free speech is all about, and that's what talk radio has been about. You give your opinion. A lot of people don't agree with it, as we know for the last 32 years, because we get pummeled on a daily basis.
Like, would you have been
part of it?
Would you have been comfortable if Biden had come down and said, "Okay, we're getting rid of Fox News"? Like, say, he had the power to do that. Let's say, and he had said, I just don't agree. I think that they're telling a bunch of lies over there, so we're shutting down their ability to make a buck in America.
That's what seems different about all of this. Is I don't recall any president, Republican or Democrat, being this obsessed with the media and shutting down the voices that he disagrees with. But that's why it feels like a different America to me.
Because Trump is a different politician. Trump is a media savvy and a media obsessed president.
Yes.
We've never had that before. He's a creation of the media. He learned. I mean, think about that man engineered a campaign in which he did not have to spend that much money because he was so media savvy and so media. The media was so attracted to him because he was such a spectacle, and he knew how to play the media that he basically got free advertising campaign his whole campaign. He didn't have to spend near as much as anyone else because everyone would cover everything that he did. So he's always known the media and known how to work the media, and so you can imagine why he is obsessed with the media. He'll comment on things that it's like, how is any sitting president commenting on anything that goes on a sitcom or a reality show? It's
and that's
because
refreshing.
He still watches.
And that's refreshing.
And that makes him everyman to a lot of people.
And that's fine if that's what you think. But man, once it crosses that line of that doesn't need to be on, and then his response via X, calling Kimmel a loser, and it's just. Okay, maybe that hits right with some people, and the media is hard to defend sometimes.
Yeah,
I'm sure people
the media has problems.
Yes, there is no doubt the media has problems, and I'm sure there's people who listen to this show and think we have major problems. But
you may create a bigger problem if you think that the remedy to this problem is to shut down media. because you're not going to be comfortable with all the decisions that come after this day of which media gets shut down.
That's very well said.
All right.
Anyway, birthdays today. We've got Frankie Avalon, 85, from Greece, and Beach Blanket Bingo. Holly Robinson Pete, 61.
Still married?
Yeah,
to Rodney Peete?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Isn't that one of our long-running, successful celebrity marriages?
Yes.
That's a good one.
Ricky Bell, 58. Belle Biv DeVoe, and New Edition. Aisha Tyler, 55. Talk show host. Archer, Talk Soup. Jada Pinkett Smith is 54.
Wow.
And she's inviting us to the red table to talk about this.
Going to.
Jason Sudeikis, 50.
Greatness.
Ted Lasso, Saturday Night Live. I always loved him on Saturday Night Live.
Funny.
Scotty Bowman, 92.
Greatest hockey coach ever?
Man, he's 92.
9 Stanley Cups.
Holy smokes.
I can't believe he's that old.
I can't either.
You mean happy birthday?
And happy birthday.
Rick Pitino, 73.
Checkered tablecloth.
Okay.
Tony Kukoc is 57.
Hall of Famer.
And we have in Wowie a 70-year-old and a 54-year-old.
Come on, man.
Wow.
This is why people don't like the media.
I'll go
of things like this.
Now George is calling for us to lose our license because
you're trying to silence Gordo.
You need to be taken
just to silence me,
him.
you're willing for everyone else to lose their jobs.
That's
okay,
right.
Gotcha, yeah.
54.
Once again, the solution to your problem may cause more problems.
That's right.
You're taking 54. Craig, you'll be making love to Lance Armstrong, the disgraced 7-time Tour de France non-winner. And George, you'll be making love to Billy Sims, who turned 70 today. One of Craig's favorites.
Why don't we just talk about their greatness and accomplishments?
Craig will just have to watch from the papasan as you exact your romantic revenge.
78 Heisman winner and one of the great starts ever to a career for a running back. If he hadn't torn up his knee, who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows what he would have done? Okay, thanks. That's Muse. All right, joining us now on the ticket hotline to talk about the Cowboys and Bears, the big game Sunday in Chicago, is the Cowboys' second in command. It's Stephen Jones. Good morning.
What's so funny?
Look at it.
Look at what?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, I'm sorry. Mama is changing Jerry Jr.'s diaper and his dingus is falling out.
Oh, come on.
Look at it. And his Schroeder looks so red and inflamed.
Oh gosh.
He's got the diaper rash or something. Hey there, Musers. How y'all doing?
Well, good. How are you?
Good. We're doing fine this morning. Doing fine.
Well,
Y'all
yeah.
having a good little Cowboy victory week?
Well, yeah, it's a win. Yeah, sure.
What y'all think about that, huh?
That was a crazy game.
That's what I'm talking about. That was me sub-GM in this team into an overtime victory is what that was.
Was
That's
it?
what you thought.
You're going to take credit.
Yeah, I'm going to take credit. That's right. I had a wild week, I tell you.
Yeah? Well, how so?
It involved Brian Jones, Rhett Miller, Rick Renner, and an offer to call 911.
Hey, I had one of those weekends, too.
I ain't got time to tell it to you. It's a crazy story, though. Happened in a sex dungeon.
What?
Anyway,
What?
hey, listen, I just want to start off. I just appreciate y'all talking to me
Oh, well,
instead
sure.
of Daddy. I'm
Well,
tired of Daddy getting all the major interviews. I'm glad to get some of these major interviews now.
We're
yeah,
happy
you've been
to
out
have you
there.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you know, Daddy right now is currently getting his blood transfusion harvested from virgin hobos, and them are hard to find.
What? Doesn't make any sense.
Daddy's trying really hard to live longer so he can keep GMing us to many more non-Super Bowls to the age of 100.
I don't know that we all want that.
I got in trouble.
For what?
Gary Jr. and I were out racing the helicopters last night.
You do that?
We was buzzing Kelly Finglass's house. Yeah. She's the one that makes all the cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she coaches them, I guess.
Anyways, we accidentally crashed one of the helicopters, and we tried to cover it up with branches and throw pillows.
Throw pillows.
But the authorities found it and called Daddy. Yeah. Hey, I need your advice.
Okay.
I need advice.
On what?
Matt Eberfluss. What are we going to do with him?
Well, just let him coach more than 2 games, I guess.
He needs to learn how to do defense real quick, or he's going to find himself Landry'd the hell out of here. Remember that when Tom Landry got a barrel full of Jones Family Justice?
Yeah, I remember that.
I think we's going to win against the Bears.
You think?
I think we's going to win.
Okay.
They's 0-2, and
Yep.
we got shoddy.
That's
we got
true.
the shoddy advantage. That's what I call it. The shoddy advantage.
You like him.
I'm going to get Jerry Jr. a onesie that says that. The shoddy advantage. Daddy loves shoddy.
Yeah, he does.
In fact, he loves taking a shoddy every time an opponent scores a tutty.
Boy, he got hammered last week.
Hey, do y'all know if they sell a book on how to poison your dad's cornflakes so you can take over a $14 billion business?
Steven,
don't say that.
You don't want to do that.
I finally saw that Netflix documentary
Oh, you did? What'd you think?
on the Cowboys. We see when we goes to the restaurant, Mama puts it on an iPad to keep Jerry Jr. busy so we can eat our chopsteak.
That's what he watches?
That's what he watches. So I happened to glance over at it, and I got a question for you.
Okay.
What the hell happened to me? I used to be young and good looking.
Well, we all age, Stephen. We
Now
all
I
age.
got a head the size of Captain America's shield.
It happens, man.
Hey, did you know that I got a new sister that Daddy created as part of some flight upgrade 30 years ago?
We gotta go.
She's real pretty.
Stop it.
Sometimes she leaves biologically enhanced underwear in the hamper.
Okay.
God,
Stop it.
Steven.
Gotta go now.
Bye. All right. There goes Stephen.
Am I the jerk 1310 at gmail.com is where you can send those scenarios. We have a good one. Before I get to it, I do have one that's been on my mind for the last couple of days, and I feel I know the answer. I just want to make sure. So I don't know how you guys are about funeral processions, like when you're on the road. Like usually they are all on side roads and not on main thoroughfares. So if the procession is going the same way I'm going, I'll pull over, I'll turn down my radio, I'll take a hat off if I'm wearing it, respect the dead. If it's on the opposite side, I do the exact same thing. Pull over, wait until the last car is done, turn down the radio, respectful of the dead.
On the interstate?
Now, here's the question. On the way home Tuesday, because we were in Fort Worth,
Right.
doing the show at Zaxby's, on I-20, there was a funeral procession, and it was in the middle lane of the freeway. It's a 4-lane freeway. It was in the middle left. The hazard lights on. The hearse is in the front. They have a couple of cops in front of them also.
You ever by Mountain Creek?
Yes.
A bunch of them over there because of the military cemetery.
And while I feel like I am very respectful of the dead and the funeral procession, they weren't going the speed limit. And they weren't over in the far right or in the middle. And I felt like going the speed limit was the respectful way of passing them. But I did take an earlier exit because I was going to have to pass the hearse toward the front. So I took an earlier exit, about 2 exits early, and then kind of went the back way to my house.
So when my father-in-law passed a couple of years ago, when I first started working with you guys, we did this exact thing. Like, we did the procession down 20 to Mountain Creek, and there was a couple of times where we were not in the right lane. And it felt like that was the right move. And I can tell you, most people were not respecting anybody. They were blowing by us at 75.
And I feel like the interstate is a different ball game than a side street.
And you shouldn't, honestly, it feels kind of weird that they get on the highway.
That was my thinking.
As we're going over there from where we had the funeral, I'm like, I know 5 different routes that we could take. They would take pretty much the same amount of time. You never have to get on a highway.
And especially when you do have the police escort, it makes it seem like, okay, am I doing something wrong here?
Dude,
by passing them?
Those guys love it. This is their time to be the most official they can possibly be.
Because they can zoom by it. They have to wait till they get to the back and then just kind of rev it up. Yeah. So I felt like a jerk. That's why I exited 2 exits early from my house and went the back way to my home because I was about to go up there and pass the hearse, and I just didn't want to do it. But I do feel like the interstate is a different set of rules than the side streets.
It is. If I see one on the interstate, I pass it.
And there were a lot of people who did not pass it. They were just kind of lagging behind it, and traffic was building up a little bit, not too much.
I mean, basically, I kind of think when I'm dead, zip by me. I don't care. So,
well, yeah, I'm pretty sure the person in the casket doesn't care.
Right.
But it's more about me and how I approach it anyway, and then approaching it in a different story on the interstate.
I mean, you got to if it's side streets or not even not the interstate, then of course you're supposed to yield and all that type of thing, and you don't cut it. You don't, you pull over if you possibly can, if it's safe to pull over and just let them pass. That's what you're supposed to do. But on the interstate, I think it's different.
Difficult to do. Okay. I traveled. This is an email, not for me. I traveled this past weekend to Miami Beach, Florida for a short trip with a random old acquaintance. I usually fly with one of the discount carriers for the cheap prices. That being said, I purchased 3 round-trip tickets for the 2 of us so we can have the road to ourselves. On the flight to Miami, I explained to the gate agent I had 2 boarding passes for myself and 1 for the random. The gate agent scanned all 3 boarding passes, and we had no issues with the flight. It was great for me to have the aisle seat legroom, the random to have the window, as she requested, and the empty seat in the middle for extra arm room. The flight back is where I may have or may not have been the jerk. It was Sunday, and the boarding area was quite busy as expected. When it was our turn to board, I presented the gate agent with all 3 boarding passes and explained the same as I did before on the first flight. I had 3 boarding passes for the 2 of us. The gate agent said no problem, but only scanned 2 of the 3 boarding passes. I asked him to scan the 3rd, but he said there was no need. Now, time for the issue. The plane was completely full, besides the seat between me and the random. When the cabin doors were about to close, here comes a young lady, mid to late 20s, walking down the aisle. She walks right up to where I'm seated and says, "You're in my seat. I have 15D. I explained to the young lady that I had purchased all 3 seats and showed her all 3 boarding passes. She asked if she could sit in the middle seat, and I explained again that I had purchased all 3 seats for the comfort and extra room. The young lady stormed back to the front of the plane and talked with the stewardess. After a couple minutes, the flight attendant came to me with the boarding manifest and asked to see my boarding passes. All the while, the entire plane is loaded and ready to go, besides this one person and me standing my ground on the seats I purchased. I explained to her the situation, how the gate agent did not scan my 3rd boarding pass. The flight attendant said, okay, and walked back to the front of the plane. The young lady exited the plane, and the plane's doors closed behind her, leaving her stuck in Miami International, waiting for the next flight, I'm assuming. This is all I've been thinking about for the past few days. Am I the jerk? Should I have given up the seat I paid for and moved to the middle seat?
No. Unless the airline's going to reimburse you, which you probably could have worked out. But if you bought it ahead of time, I mean, it seems like on the surface that it's a jerk, but you bought the seat. So that sounds like a standby where the gate agent's like, oh, there's an empty seat.
Put them on. Yeah, but that gate agent who didn't scan the boarding passes that you have, said, oh, no problem. And then they thought they were going to give us the
issue right
there.
It's on the gate agent.
The gate agent and the airline are the jerk in this situation. There's I'm with you. Stand your ground. You purchase those seats, but that person is stuck in another city now.
I mean, that's
to me really bad.
That's the airline's problem. Where I wonder if he had said, "Look, I bought this seat. If she needs to get on this plane, that's fine with me. But y'all need to
give me my money."
That's where it should have gone. Right there is like, get your money back, own your seat, do your deal. But that sucks that person got left behind.
And I probably would have said that, even though, all right, you know what? I'm giving up the comfort of the seat that I bought. But if I get my money back, you can sit down.
Right.
And I wonder how long that would have taken or anything like that. That's probably what I would have done. But if you bought all 3 seats and they're yours.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you could have negotiated with the girl, but how much cash you got on you? Because this seat right here is $500. And, hey, whatever. How bad do you need it? It's like when...
Man, she's on standby. She thinks she has a seat and she's going home.
Because it's not necessarily her fault.
No, she has nothing to do with it.
And she's the one paying the price. Because the airline doesn't care. Once that plane's gone,
the seat is sold. They don't care. But then, standby, there's a seat. But yeah, the gate agent is totally the jerk there for not scanning that boarding pass.
Yeah, you are a big jerk.
it helps this person in the future if that happens. Be like, hey, I've had this happen before, to where it wasn't scanned and it ended up being a problem because they tried to fit somebody in the seat that I had already purchased. So
just
if you
scan
could
the
please
board
scan
pass,
it,
right?
Yeah,
man,
that's a really interesting.
It's a dilemma that I probably would have bowed down and said, okay, you can.
I would have caved.
I probably would have also.
There's no way, man.
I just don't know how long the flight is. I mean, I would have definitely tried to get my money back from that seat. But if she's kind of looking like this, stand by and this is it, and she's stuck at the airport, I would scoot over. I probably would. But that's me. And I'm not saying he should have done that. He totally was within his right just to say, hey, I paid for this seat. This is mine. There's nothing I can do about it. But I'm soft. I would have caved. All right. I personally hate all the phones recording concerts instead of just watching. Two questions.
Did
One.
you send this to yourself?
No, I didn't. One, am I a jerk for hating all the little screens in front of my $300 seat when I'm trying to watch the concert?
You
and
are
two,
no.
Am I a jerk for requesting my girlfriend to put her phone away during a concert, which did not go well for me?
Not talking about this.
It is shocking to me, and I don't get it at all. It blows my mind. Maybe we just, like the younger generation, maybe they
we're
really
old.
do go back and look at those things and be like, wow, that sounds like crap that I recorded this on my phone and watched an entire concert through my phone. But I don't get it. It's bizarre. It's bizarre that you would pay money to go to a concert, and instead of enjoying the live that you're seeing, you want to watch it through a tiny screen.
But that's not even just a
But
concert.
that's your prerogative.
It's a sporting event. It's everywhere you go now with the phones. You want to document it. But the one thing that gets me, and I don't care, you can call me old man, I will never change my mindset on this fact that someone will have their phone turned around from the action, recording themselves singing while the concert is going on in the back. You're not even looking at what's happening in front of you.
Yeah, but they want all their friends to know they were there and like, look where I am. I'm here. I'm proving that I'm here.
I don't understand why you're going to go back and watch to see yourself singing.
They're not. It's for
Fine
their friends.
China from Chris Brown.
So they can be like, oh my God, I got 27 likes on the reel that I posted at the concert. That's kick ass.
When he's on the stage singing the same thing and you could sing it towards him while watching it. And that was going on.
I don't get it all. It's really
the
sad.
time at the last show I went to.
I mean, I do understand if people want to pull their phone out to take a picture or record like 15 seconds or whatever, knock yourself out. But I mean, there are people that will literally watch their phone for an hour and record the whole damn thing.
And then put it up on TikTok as a live stream.
Or Facebook
silly.
or whatever. And
Discord, whatever.
Are there people at home saying, man, I couldn't afford to go to the show. Let me see it through this phone's perspective because I'm not there.
I'm sure
you're not getting anything out of that.
I'm sure there's something. There wouldn't be so many people doing it if there wasn't any traction.
Boy, now the people bringing their special lights too. It's so lit up in that place.
Let's just be like Jack White. Check him when you get there, and then if you don't like that, you don't have to go to the show.
More and more people need to do that.
People freak out though. Now there are some artists that definitely want the engagement, the social media engagement, because oh my gosh, that looked cool. I'll go to that show when he comes to town, and it may add a little bit to it if you're on the fence and you'll see a reel or two about it. So I can understand that. But man, I don't get it. I don't get it. And they have the floor seats, and it's very expensive, and it's all watching through your phone when you're right there.
It's wild. It is definitely a different thing, man. It's not for me, but
the youngsters. The youngsters. All right.
Thank you, Tip Sheet, and thank you, Hernan Cortez. The Six Flags over Texas will be saying farewell to the Conquistador. The ship has taken its final voyage. It will be going into retirement, and the park will welcome a new record-breaking dive coaster in its place, but the themed Spanish galleon ship, which set sail for the first time in 1981, the swinging ship simulating an ocean voyage will be no more.
That was a must every time I went to Six Flags. A must.
See if you were too skinny to sit in there and you need to hold on real tight when it gets upside down.
I can't believe the Conquistador. What are they going to do with the actual ship?
They're going to give it away.
I'd like to auction that. I like to
put it in your backyard.
You want to start the bidding? Let's say, you know what? We did that game while Matt was out. We're going to start the bidding at $1.5 million.
Oh, no.
250.
No way.
Did they get rid of the sombrero? Is that still there?
I don't know. I haven't been in a long time.
My new story only mentions the conquistador.
I would say I will start it at
$2,500.
Ooh,
yeah, if that's where we're starting, I'll throw down 30. This is a fave of mine.
It's one of my favorites also.
Did you have a season pass?
To Six Flags?
Yeah.
No.
Well, then it's mine.
It was it was our treat from the parents. We were allowed to take a friend. My older sister could take a friend, and we'd go to Six Flags for one full day. We would meet us here at this particular time, and we had our way with the park. It was so much fun.
Blow all your money in the first 20 minutes.
Of course. Of course.
And
then
midway.
You're walking around, just thank goodness you didn't have to pay for rides.
Yeah, God forbid you actually end up with a prize, because then you're going to lose that after the first ride.
Man, that was always my goal, to win a prize at either the fair or Six Flags. And I've only done it a couple of times, but just not good at those games, man.
I haven't been to Six Flags since 2003, I think.
2009.
No. He said 2003.
I literally just said 2003.
I'm trying to remember the last time.
All right.
Well, he acknowledged you, so it's great.
Yes, thank you.
There was a, what's the guy that, I got to get the name right.
Mr. Rogers.
No. Ben Gold.
Bugs Bunny.
Ben Gold. He was like a video gamer, right? Dude, when I was with
Ben Folds 5?
No.
Bend over?
Okay. You know what? Move on to the next
Benjamin Franklin?
Ooh.
Next story.
Jamie Ben? A visitor to Universal's Epic Universe theme park in Florida became unresponsive in the middle of a roller coaster ride, taken to the hospital where they passed away.
Oh, no.
No way, they died on the roller coaster?
Well, they were alive when they left the park and
holy crap,
officially died at the hospital.
Was it Space Mountain?
It was not. It was Stardust Racers. Stardust Racers.
That sounds like a kick-ass synth pop band.
It does. He became unresponsive.
Are they better than Starship?
They
might be. Stardust Racers?
Unresponsive in the middle of the ride. And they stopped the ride, got him off, or them off, because they haven't released the actual who the person is. And an investigation is underway. They do not know what happened. Just blacked out, taken off, put in
heart attack, maybe?
Ambulance. It's got to be something in that realm, right?
I feel like I almost had a heart attack on a roller coaster. I passed out on the Titan because of the G-forces.
I know
at Six Flags.
Some people just cannot, just can't do it. Their physiology is just not meant to.
I feel like mine's that way.
To do that.
Like yesterday, we did this stand on a platform thing, and they put the strobes on, and I was like, man,
Get a little woozy.
Yeah, I can't do it. I just don't like the roller coaster thing.
Have you ever done
Okay, I'm not saying anything. You
know
need
what
a
I'm
hug?
talking
Come on. I'll give you a hug.
He doesn't look like he wants
And
it.
I'm a Sack fan. Oh, don't grab me there.
Oh, no.
Try to give you a nice hug. What was that?
To get HR in here. Have you ever done the AI goggles where it puts you like you're standing on a beam walking across between buildings?
I've never done that. The virtual reality thing. I feel like that will freak me out way too much.
Weird.
See, it's weird because I haven't done it, but I know it's going to take me out of normal reality where you cannot. Your brain does not understand that you are actually 3 inches above the ground.
I know, but then some videos of if you're fighting and some people are just giving out Crawford shots in the middle of a living room by themselves thinking they're in this fight. I just don't want my mind to be freaked out like that.
It's a trip, man.
I like when they drop it on like a 5-year-old and they're in the middle of Jurassic Park or something.
Crying and trying to hide under tables or something like that.
Or run into a wall.
I think I will be okay if I never, ever put those goggles on in virtual reality and do things like, walking on a beam on the side of a building or something like that. Yeah.
Because they got a pretty dope one that is like, you're in Jurassic Park and they're chasing after you.
That is
pretty awesome.
Do they have VR porn? Where you think you're like...
I'm pretty sure they do.
With someone and they're right there?
So all of that technology, like any big piece of technology that hits the open market, I can almost guarantee you it got its origins in that sector.
Oh, yeah. I would say that's definitely a reality. Digital Underground sung about this a long time ago.
AI porn?
In a song called Sex Packets.
Oh.
Look it up.
That's fairly interesting.
Okay.
Well, when did that song come out? They may have been in front of...
Well, order some VR goggles. Let's try them out.
Yeah, somebody needs to get some. We'll see. We can each have them one night a week.
Just curious to see what it's like.
Are you?
Kind of.
No, I'm out.
Yeah.
Probably have to pay a subscription. Plus, we're in Texas. We don't have access to everything.
Well, you don't need everything.
A Dallas FedEx worker has been charged.
Porn?
Oh, that was really quick.
Good night.
Really quick.
Yeah, we need to play that more often so that people will be like, yeah, and then maybe send us some options. It's a show research study.
He was too busy cutting that, and he couldn't hit his transition drop.
Priorities, baby.
Do they have VR porn?
Okay.
She comes home and you're just in the living room. Like,
okay. Oh, God. Stop with the visuals.
Yeah, why?
Look at me.
Why are you doing this to us? A Dallas FedEx worker was charged after a hammer and gun attack on one of his coworkers. The hammer-wielding Dallas FedEx employee facing charges after allegedly attacking and shooting a coworker Monday morning with the coworker's gun. Ian Hollingsworth, 25, has been charged with assault with a deadly weapon and remains in Dallas County Jail and $25,000 bond. His coworker Reginald Miles was taken to Methodist Dallas Medical Center. He's in stable condition. Good news. But this occurred at the FedEx facility over on Adler Drive. Miles was sitting in his 2018 Nissan Sport, getting ready for his 10:30 shift on Monday, when Hollingsworth blocked Miles' vehicle with his pickup truck, and Hollingsworth exited, began smashing Miles' car with a car window with a hammer. Hollingsworth struck the driver's side window, then Miles himself, the other guy, a couple times with the hammer. When arguing, fearing for his life, Miles gets his gun out, a .32 revolver, which he had owned for a couple decades, kept it in the car for safety. But Hollingsworth hit it out of his hand, took the gun, and shot him in the shoulder.
Good Lord.
Shot him 3 times, twice in the shoulder, once in the chest. Then drove away, got out of it. He felt like work was over for the day.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he probably lost his job.
Oh, definitely lost his job. He fled in his truck to his Grand Prairie home. Police later found and arrested him after his father convinced him to surrender to police.
Yeah, if you do something like that, probably the last place you need to go is home.
Yeah.
You should literally just keep driving to another country.
A witness said that they received a text message from Hollingsworth at about 11:05 p.m. stating that he was sorry for what he had done.
Oh, no.
And that he took action because others wouldn't. So
What
I guess
in the
there's
world?
been...
What does that mean?
He's had... I guess there's been some run-ins with this fellow before.
Yeah, well, when you block someone's car in, it's
beat
probably
him
not
with
the
a
first
hammer.
time that they've had their issues.
He's like, well, I didn't bring the gun.
That's kind of crazy that guy was able to get his gun out but couldn't get a shot off before the other dude knocked it out of his hand and he took control of it. Because if that guy in the truck had shot the other guy, he probably would have been fine with self-defense.
Yeah, if he's getting attacked with a hammer and you pull a gun, I would think that you would try.
Yeah.
And say that it was self-defense, but...
Feels pretty open and shut with somebody blocking you in, smacking you.
Yeah, they wanted
your car.
smoke. They all wanted smoke with each other, and it came to a head like that.
Man, that is...
At work. That's the other part of this whole thing is at work, before work.
Man, just...
He's eating his donut.
What if he just keeps going in his truck and he parks in his parking space and just walks into work? And you know what? I may be pissed at him, but you know what? Not today.
Right.
And then everything, your whole life would just change. That one dumb decision.
Now you go to work
just
in prison.
change your entire life.
Now you don't work at FedEx anymore.
They don't give you raises in prison.
No, they sure don't.
$2 an hour to make license plates.
That's the news.
Do they have
Thank you,
VR
Travis.
porn?
Oh, quit asking that. It's 10:50. It's
I'm
the
curious.
invasion.
What up? Commissioner Mino here. Week 2 of Picks with Friends in the books. Let's take a look at those standings. We have a tie in first place with Bob and Donovan. Donovan, a 5-5 week last week, hitting his triple play, Texas Tech minus 23.5. Bob, very confident about his triple play last week, taking Alabama minus 20.5. They cover. Bob, a 6-4 week, tied with Donovan at 13-7. Right behind them, a very strong week for Dave Lane, hitting the most impressive triple play of the week. He took New Mexico at plus 15.5. They not only covered, they straight up beat UCLA and got Deshaun Foster fired. Terrible week for Matt McLaren, though. Only 2-8 that week. Got the LSU game right, got the Detroit Lions game right, but missing his triple play. He took Texas State plus 14.5. He sits at 500. He's tied with Giorgio, a 4-6 week last week for George, missing his triple play, the Arizona Cardinals at -6.5. And all by himself in last place, Corby Davidson is now 0-2 on his triple plays this season. He took SMU at -27.5. He's 9-11 on the season. So what triple play will Corby miss this week? Let's find out.
Yes, indeed, it is. 12:38, lunchtime with the invasion rolls along, and it is time to pick some games with our friends. You heard from Commissioner Mino as he gave the results from last week. So let's see who we have. Myself, Matt McLaren, Commissioner Mino. Do we have a Bob?
Hey, da.
Do we have a Davey?
Hey, friends.
George?
Big man couldn't make it this week, man.
Oh, hello. Who's in his place?
Yeah. He sent the playmaker and make some plays.
All right. Well, we have the playmaker in for Muse. And do we have a Corby?
Hello.
Hello, last place Corby. How are you?
I'm always in first place, Donovan.
You what?
Always in first place.
Okay, well, unless first is last and last is first.
Always in first place.
Davey won the week last week,
In life.
7-3. But it's Donovan and Bob on top of the standings. This is what we have on the air today. Of course, we give you give us your triple play and the Cowboy game. Now, when we got the information, the Chicago Bears are favored by 1. Now the Cowboys are favored by 1.5. Are we going with what we have in front of us, or are we going with the new line?
Bob's already researched this. He got the lines at 5 o'clock on Tuesday. We can't change now.
You're a real jerk.
How am I involved in this?
I'm just asking the question.
What'd I do wrong?
Which one are we going with? The one that we have in front of us, or the
I'm just
current
wondering
line now?
about. I was over here eating my lunch and I just caught a stray and I don't know what just happened.
Did you kneel that thing? Did you get out of the way of that bullet? Like the Matrix?
I'm just confused more than anything. My sandwich now has gunpowder on it. I don't know what this. Yo, giving it to Bob, man.
I'm just trying to get an answer before we go. Are we going with what's in front of us? The Bears favored by 1?
Doesn't matter.
I think if like a quarterback, is in an ambulance, that's one thing. But
just
honestly,
the movement of that, we're fine?
I think the line's the line.
Okay. All right. We good with that? Everybody?
No?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I think we should go with the lines as they currently are at the time we do this.
Okay, then let's do that. Let's start doing that because things do change, and Travis puts them out really early, and
what
people
are
get
they,
hurt and people die and all that. And so, let's just do it the time that we actually have this little phone conversation. Whatever line is, that's the line.
So that's every
for the
line.
Cowboy game
But
or
then
for
we
our
need to
triple play?
Yeah, we need to research
for
every
Cowboys.
single one.
How do we
then.
find that?
How do we find
Just
Travis's
leave it
lines?
Just leave it with Cowboys. Just do the Cowboys, and the rest of it's fine. What's your little bitching?
I'm not bitching. I'm just asking.
I don't think you're the commissioner anymore, Corby.
I still feel that way.
Yeah, we've moved the lines before for games.
You no longer the commissioner, man.
What do you think, Michael?
I know, Michael.
Michael, what do you think about this?
Man, I don't know, man. Y'all going crazy with these picks, man. I just like that you're giving it to Bob, though, because I like giving it to Bob.
All right, so let's go with the Cowboys favored by 1.5. That's the line that's today instead of the Bears favored by 1 that's in front of us. Everybody good?
Yeah.
Let's go, Cowboys.
Okay, all right, so we will go first to worst. Again, you cannot pick the same triple play as someone in front of you. We go by how the standings are. That means I am first up. If it's the Cowboys, 1.5, give me the Cowboys to win and cover the spread.
What are you, a cowboy?
No, Bob, I'm not. And for my triple play, I think they are so pissed off in Clemson that they're going to take it out on Syracuse. Clemson is a 17.5-point favorite against Syracuse. Give me the Tigers of Clemson to cover.
Wow. Whoa. The orange to beat the orange.
Yep. Bob, you're next.
Oh, thank you, Donovan. Yep. Okay, so whatever the line is on the Cowboys-Bears game, Cowboys sounds good to me. What are you, a cowboy?
Yeah, Bob, answer yourself.
I don't know. And the triple play. So, do we have to ask Travis what the line is on each of the triple plays?
No. Pick a triple
play.
play.
It's how it appears?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm just trying to learn these rules that McLaren apparently is I didn't even have it. I didn't know. I've never had a beef with McLaren. I don't even know how it works. And I'm not even sure why we have one. But
all I know is I got an email from you on Tuesday night, and I got confused. That's all.
What did the email say?
It said you didn't have an attachment or something, and I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, I didn't get Travis's attachment.
None of us got the attachment, you idiot.
It's the Hardline versus McLaren.
Yeah, that's why Connor said Connor sit down another one.
I like it.
Why is McLaren an idiot? I'd like to think he's not.
Someone hide the scissors. Hide the scissors, Michael.
Playmaker.
I could probably give you
I got some right here, Bob.
Why does everybody hate me?
Well, your show sends out an email with an attachment, and you don't have an attachment, and then I'm the bad guy.
No, it
So
happens.
how about you figure it out?
Man, this is just like
It's
the
an
barbershop
attachment
in
for
Wichita
human
Falls,
beings.
man.
You guys
I have no problem with Travis because Travis made a simple little error and then fixed it. No problem.
Fixed it
Catching
quickly.
a stray from you is the problem.
To think I was going to eat lunch at Rosa's.
What did that do with anything? Okay.
Shove it down your freaking pie hole is what I'll do.
All right, Bob, you're up. Let's go.
All right. Hurricanes, minus 7.5 over the Gators. Triple play.
Miami Hurricanes.
Oh, man, that sucks.
That's for you,
that was
Michael.
what I was going to take.
Up next.
That's for you,
Man.
Michael.
Dave Lane.
What are you doing? I appreciate that, Joe Bob.
I thought you would like
appreciate
that one, yeah.
No, I do.
Okay,
I just didn't want you to jinx him, man. Just didn't want you to jinx
Well, that might happen.
Davey, go.
You laugh.
Give me the Cowboys.
What are
Give
you,
me
a
the
cowboy?
Cowboys plus 1.5 or whatever it is. And for my triple play, I am going to get back on the Ducks. I am going to take the Ducks minus 35.5. They're going to pound the Beavers.
Just like the Residence Inn.
All right, Maddie, you're up next.
All right, I will take the Cowboys.
What are you, a cowboy?
And since Bob took my triple play, I will triple play the Gators.
What now? This is personal.
It's not just
personal.
To be a Florida Gator. Let's go.
That's amazing.
Oh my God!
This is what it's all about. All right, George. I'm sorry, Michael, filling in for George. You're up
Yeah,
next.
man, I'm picking it for Joe.
Anytime you can load up on DJ Lagway, you got to do it.
Hey, man, I bet he only throws 3 picks this week.
Come on, man.
Wait,
You guys
wait,
messing
Bob,
with
said
you,
You
man.
said at the beginning of the year that Florida is like going to be one of the toughest games that Texas has, and now you're just all down on them?
No, it is one of the toughest games they have. That's a pretty soft schedule, isn't it?
It is.
Hey, you just better worry about Auburn, man. All right, let's go with the Cowboys. Let's go with the Cowboys win that football game. And then, Joe, man, I can't read your writing. What does that say?
Pittsburgh. Take Pittsburgh.
All right. Joe said he wants to go Pittsburgh -1 over New England.
And is that
Triple play.
That's the triple play.
Back.
Yeah, we're going back Pittsburgh, man.
That's amazing.
All right.
Put Jubb back on the phone.
Right. We need to talk to Jubb right quick.
Is Jubb being held hostage by Michael?
Yeah, man, no, we're just hanging out, man.
One of those pool parties.
Michael's my buddy.
In a motel room.
Oh, hey.
That's right, Joe.
How big's that rock you got in there?
What's happening in the background over there? Corby, you're up next. Well, you're last because you're last.
Right. But I am first. So we will take the Chicago Bears.
It worked for you last week.
You're damn right it did.
Let's see if it'll work for you again this week.
Chicago Bears.
Am I the only one?
Yep.
Let's go. And we will go ahead and take the team whose quarterback is not playing this week, as Justin Fields is out for the Jets, we will take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to cover that 7-point spread.
Dude, Baker, Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah,
he's pretty good, man. Tyrod's pretty good. Yeah, I don't know if he's a Jedi, but he's pretty good.
All right, any closing words there, Moose, about this episode of Picks with Friends?
I think Michael did a good job filling in for us.
I appreciate that, Joe.
Okay, good.
I appreciate that, man.
Well, you give us
me and you.
You give us the final words, Michael.
Yeah.
Man, let's just be friends, you know. Let's just be friends, you know. Let's not fight over football. And it's just football. You know, it's just pitch. Let's have fun. It's friends.
Right.
All right, good luck.
And go Cowboys! Come on, Cowboys! Come on!
All right, good luck to everyone. That's Picks with Friends this week. We do have a
You guys are
grudge
fun,
match.
man.
Miami and Florida, 2 triple plays against each other.
Guaranteed
Should
0-3 for me.
Be great.
But I don't care. I don't care.
All right, friends. See you guys later.
SEC.
See you later, Ham.
Bye.
Patreon.com/SportsGreek.
Hey, Monty,
Everything you do.
Thank you, David. I've been watching you. Thank you, Justin.
Let's start with a little local news as Six Flags is shutting down one of their iconic rides. Six Flags Over Texas posted on Facebook yesterday saying the ride featured in the Spain section of the park, the Conquistador, is retiring. That's the big ship.
Okay.
That kind of just swings to and fro.
Don't they have it as a large wooden ship?
Don't they have the same thing at the State Fair of Texas? It's somewhat near the Cotton Bowl. I think it's called the Pirate Ship, perhaps. It's the same thing.
There's,
right?
there's a lot of carnivals that will have the ship that goes back and forth. Not a big fan of it. I understand its place in society.
Yeah, I'd always like to.
It's fun to watch.
It.
Yeah, it's fun to watch.
Yeah, I was never going to get on it myself, but I would always watch people get on there.
You're like, oh, I made a bad decision.
It's just flying up into the air behind you. Six Flags has not said what will replace it, but that they are looking at epic opportunities ahead.
Pretty kick-ass, if you ask me.
Yeah, they're going to pwn all the noobs.
They're kind of limited because it doesn't take up much space. It just goes back and forth, so you can't build some big old roller coaster. It just has to be kind of the same.
Well, not with that attitude.
Maybe it's underground.
Well, we don't know.
So stay hard, Conquistador.
When's the last time you made a trip out to Six Flags over Texas?
The last time I've been on a roller coaster at Six Flags over Texas was 7th grade. So
but you've been out there
2002.
since?
I've been out there, yes.
And you didn't ride a ride?
No, it's not for me. I'm not a roller coaster guy.
Just play games?
It was female driven, yes. So she wanted to go to Six Flags. She might have worked at Six Flags.
Oh.
So
she wanted to go, or she had to clock in?
Was she?
Yes. I went to support her at Six Flags.
Was she part of the six-shooter?
Yeah, she was in the
she's in the show. Okay.
She wasn't in the gun show.
She's
but
a carny?
No, she was one of the performers in one of the shows they do.
She
did very good.
We learned something new today.
Between her discount and the Coke can you brought, you got it almost free.
Get in for free.
Was it the bearded chick? Or
I think I did get in for free. It's like I could just go in through the employee entrance. They didn't check people that went in. You could just park back there and walk in. Sure, it's different now. That was a long time ago.
One of the Joker's henchmen in the Batman live-action thing. I always dug that. I was not a roller coaster
That was
guy
cool.
either.
Do they still do the Batman show? Because they've got that.
I think they
guess
switched to
still have
SpongeBob at one point.
Lame.
I mean, most of the big roller coasters are
DC themed.
DC driven, yeah.
I have not been in a long time.
What about you, Sean? When's the last time you've gone?
Maybe college, and being a parent of 2 kids, I still have not taken them there.
They don't have any interest
I don't think
roller
they want
coasters?
to do roller coasters, which I like. I kind of like roller coasters.
You do?
To be honest. Yeah.
Okay.
Their school's never taken them out there for something?
I don't think so.
Because that was usually what brought us out, at least once a year, was something school related or band.
Yeah.
But as a
Band is really
kid,
into it.
we'd always go to Fright Fest every October.
That was pretty cool.
Spring breakout
Mhm.
when you were in town doing nothing, just go to Six Flags.
Yeah, I'm sure Justin and I have been at Six Flags at the same time in middle school. Probably the last time I've been, because they would take every school would be there all day. Like, you'd get there at 9 in the morning and you'd leave at like 5 o'clock. Like, it was fun just hanging out with your friends and stuff.
great.
It was awesome.
It was no Sandy Lake, though.
No, Sandy Lake was goated. R.I.P. Sandy Lake, I think. I don't think it's around anymore.
Well, let's talk about the big entertainment news. As Jimmy Kimmel, the long time now late night television host, has had his show suspended following his comments, I guess, regarding the assassination of Charlie Kirk, as the network's parent company is deciding what to do long term. So, if you don't know, he made a comment about.
Do you have the audio of this?
I don't have the audio.
Would you
But
like
he
to hear
said
it?
you have it? If you want to play it,
I've
yeah.
got it on Twitter. We can do this live if you want. It's about a minute.
It's mainly one comment that's got him in hot water here.
Let's try to do this live, Ham.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them, and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish.
So it was a Trump joke, which he has done countless times.
That's not the part that's got everyone bothered, though.
Was it the beginning of that?
It was the beginning where he says the MAGA gang is desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them. And that's where people are getting upset, because it seems like all signs point to him perhaps being a Democrat or liberal, left-leaning, whatever.
But do the signs point to that, or was this guy actually right of even what Charlie Kirk was? Because there's been at least articles written about him getting brainwashed online in these video chat game.
I mean, the authorities have publicly commented that they believe he is left-leaning.
Okay.
And when I heard about this happening yesterday with Kimmel, I get home and I'm like, oh man, what did he say? So of course, type the name in. I was like, man, if he got suspended, whatever, it had to be something pretty radical. I hear that clip and it just sounds like a late night TV monologue.
Yeah.
Like it didn't. I was like, man, what did he say about Charlie Kirk? He didn't say anything negative towards Charlie or the death. It was just, it felt like a late night commentary.
So what got him in trouble is that the Nexstar Communications Group said that none of their stations would show Kimmel because his remarks were offensive and insensitive. They operate 28 of ABC's affiliates. You also had the Sinclair Broadcast Group, who they have 38 ABC stations, say, we're not going to play his show anymore either.
So they were probably just looking for anything.
Well, that's
right?
what a lot of people are saying now,
that's
too.
What it feels like.
His ratings weren't necessarily great. It's kind of like Colbert, where people are saying, well, how can we figure out a way to get him out of here?
Because these are big budget items for these networks.
Yeah. But with how much Trump has had to say about this, and the FCC chairman, Brendan Carr, even commenting on it, you have people now wondering how much government, how much of the government arm has been at play here.
But I thought we all want free speech, right? And that's what we want.
And guns for the Second Amendment.
Well, yeah. This is a First Amendment issue. It really is.
And so if you watch that, and I guess, was that the monologue from the night before, or was that the one that was recorded to play last night? Like, if somebody on that side saw it, would they be really offended and say, we need to fire Jimmy Kimmel because it's that offensive? Like, I'm just watching it, it doesn't seem like it's that offensive.
Well, yeah, I guess people are saying it's misleading.
Okay.
And misinformation. Because
but couldn't you make that argument for every single late
Right.
night host or any talk show or hell, even what we do?
Yeah.
You know? Sometimes we're joking, sometimes we're just riffing.
Just bring back Conan.
This is the
Okay.
answer, right?
Yeah.
Just bring back the masturbating bear. You don't have to worry about
Vomiting Kermit,
any of that stuff.
Camel Toe Sally, the whole crew.
All right, moving on here to some maybe funny stories. A French jetliner was forced to circle for over an hour over their landing airport because the ground staff was having to attempt to wake up the sleeping air traffic controller.
Oh, boy. I thought we moved on from all the air traffic crap that was going on.
So shortly after midnight on Tuesday, this jet was going towards Napoleon Bonaparte Airport.
Huh.
Which I guess he got an airport.
In France?
Yeah, so the pilots up on the plane are trying to talk down to the control tower and say, hey, can you turn the lights on? We're getting ready to land. And they hear nothing.
I just hear EA sleeping.
They just hear, they hear Hakeem in Frisco snoring, waiting on hold.
Of all the people up here, who would you want to be an air traffic controller and who would you least want to be an air traffic controller?
Most like Junior.
Okay. Well, this is the middle of the night. And I guess in the middle of the night at an airport this small, there's only one person. And so that's why there was no one even there to wake him up.
I feel like you definitely need at least two people for that job at all, especially late at night. If somebody falls asleep, you got to have someone else, unless that person falls asleep. So maybe you need at least 5 people. There's no way 4 people are going to fall asleep on the job.
So they only have one runway. It was completely dark. They had to wait for this guy to turn the lights on, and so they were just having to wait and keep circling for an hour until someone finally was able to get a hold of this dude and wake him up. Immediately, they drug tested him. They tested him to see if he was on alcohol, but apparently he was clean. He was just tired. Still probably going to get going to get at least a talking to or an email from Killer.
Makes you think of Breaking Bad, season 2 or 3.
He wasn't asleep. His daughter died.
Yeah, he was still dealing with PTSD or whatever. Like, you can't be going to work, especially when you're landing planes.
It sounds like this guy, though, man, just didn't get a good night's sleep the night before.
Yeah.
We don't know the full story. We'll hold out judgment.
Of course.
All right, our last story here quickly.
EA falling asleep.
A doctor, an anesthesiologist.
Amnesiologist.
Left in the middle of surgery. He was in the middle of surgery while a guy was having his gallbladder removed to have sex with a nurse in another operating room. So this guy's laying there. He's got all the tubes coming out of him. His eyeballs are taped shut. And this guy and one of the nurses sneak off to go hook up in another OR.
All right.
And he got busted because another nurse was going to,
so to speak,
find a scalpel or something.
Like, oh.
And he walks in on them with their pants at their ankles.
She didn't want to join in.
Like, hey.
The guy was like, oh,
bitch.
I mean, like what you see, come on over. No, she just went and told I don't know. You tell the police?
Bitch.
HR?
Probably tell your administrators at the hospital.
And the guy came back and they finished the surgery.
He finished the surgery?
Yeah.
After he finished?
Well, right.
So to speak.
You don't want them all worked up.
Yeah.
You got
a steady hand.
Yeah.
That's why, I've always said you don't want to know what they're. You wouldn't want like a camera on the doctor while they're doing surgery, because they're talking about nothing or they're listening to music. You probably wouldn't want to know that they're not 100,000% focused on you at all times.
Do you think it's happened up here at our station?
What, doing it?
Surgery?
Yeah. No, sex, bro.
No. I've seen the people that work here.
Yeah.
But you can still pay.
The air
you
traffic
have seen the
controller
people.
thing? Yes, absolutely.
That happens weekly.
Maybe at the old station. There was more room up there.
There's more party.
I mean, there was a whole live room with a couch.
And it was the 90s.
And a beanbag.
Are you talking about with another person?
Yeah. Or solo.
Solo, maybe. With another person, no chance.
Who's the most likely control room solo? Control room goon.
Just take a look at, just grab the roster.
Yeah, go down the roster.
Close your eyes and point at it.
Ugh.
I didn't get to mention this, but there is a Goon for Good charity event going on right now where an OnlyFans model is donating all of her proceeds on one day to a charity. So just be on the lookout for Goon for Good.
Okay, good.
What charity are we talking about?
It doesn't matter. It's charity.
Look it up. All right.
Well, thank you, Justin.
Once again, The Ticket presents Why Today Doesn't Suck. And now, here are your hosts, Sean Bass and David Mino.
Whatever, man.
Thank you, Eli.
Come on, Eli.
Always fired up about the Rangers. 257, ham and a Hawaiian shirt.
Thank you, Mino. ET's Market and Bakery and GiveMeTheVin.com brings you Judge Roy Monto.
It's a good ride.
Thank you very much, Ham. I will say hello to the...
They're walking in.
Hard...
What, are we walking out? We're walking in.
Well, shut up.
What are you, Michael Jordan?
They're the Hardline Bob Corby.
Mixing two fights together.
Corby.
Dave.
I will tell them
He's Michael Jordan now? Are you kidding me?
it's National Respect Day.
RESPECT.
And National Ceiling Fan Day.
Nice.
Yeah. Big fan. Today is Thursday, September 18th, the 261st day of 2025. 104 days are left in the year. On this day in 1848, baseball rules allow the first baseman to tag the base for an out instead of tagging the runner.
Wow.
Man. Should go back to be like MLB Slugfest.
I bet that made for
version
some
of Blitz.
Hot sports talk opinions.
I think they thought that would shorten the time of the game.
Oh, yeah, how many people swore off baseball that day? I'm not watching it
Never
anymore.
again. Never. They just kneeled.
Robots in it.
What a beating that would be.
Yeah, once
have to tag the runner.
Once the cow in the right field retires, I'm done.
What if the cow kneeled?
What if the cow kneeled?
That's it.
Words to remember.
I'm out.
I'm getting a steak.
I'll show him.
I like steak.
We know.
On this date in 1947, the Central Intelligence Agency officially comes into existence after being established by President Truman.
More like
of everybody here right now,
me.
Who do you think the CIA has a file on?
Oh, I thought you said who could be the most kick-ass CIA guy.
You mean a spy?
Ham, didn't you want to be a CIA?
FBI.
The FBI
recruited
me. Yeah, I guess CIA is counterintelligence, so that's other countries.
yeah.
FBI
Ham,
is internal.
Calm it down. The FBI recruited
They wanted me.
They did at a high school. Yeah,
Like
they met with me.
Were you a 5-star for
No.
the FBI?
They found
Dr.
out what his
Jack Ryan
diet
over
was.
there.
Right. Then he finished off a chicken tender and put the end in the box, and they were like, "You're out."
I'm sorry, you don't finish the whole Tindy.
Yeah.
You're not
Can't do
FBI
this.
material.
Have you been to the State Department, Corby?
The
I
State
have.
Department?
Stape? Like
They realize we can't have these
Like
kind
Creed?
of flubs in our reports.
What your parents
Staff.
What your
The
parents
staff
didn't tell
department.
you, Ham, is that was your make-a-wish, okay? So just, you did it. It was
know.
fun.
Well, they did one of those like car inspections and saw just chicken sandwich wrappers and Skittle bags. And it was like, yeah, we can't have this guy.
Why'd you turn him down?
I was busy.
I was hungry.
Busy.
Yeah, you're basically Will Hunting, and you just turned all these think tanks down. Well, you showed them now, Ham.
But you know what? We benefited.
Mm-hmm.
So, win.
Did we?
We did.
I think so.
Yep.
On this date, in 1962, Charles Finley denied permission to move the A's to DFW.
He stubbed his cigarette out in his leg, and he wrote a sharply worded letter.
Baseball?
In 1964, The Addams Family premiered on ABC.
Genius.
Only ran for 2 seasons.
Really? Wait, how long did the Munsters?
Why is that?
How long did the Munsters run? They ran out to like 5 or 6, right?
Frida Pie?
I'm going to say 5.
It's like we got 2 for the Munsters.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing?
64 to 66.
They must have done like 40 episodes a season.
Yeah.
And you are correct. 32. Pop.
So how many total were there? 90 something?
70 for the Munsters.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if I've seen them all.
Probably have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I did.
Are there any boobs in the Munsters?
He looks-
Is this on
Well,
HBO?
dude, Marilyn.
Yeah, what was the daughter's name?
Marilyn.
Wednesday.
She was
Pat.
Hubba Hubba.
Pat Priest, right? L4G.
The actress's name. That sounds familiar.
Yeah, I think it was Pat Priest.
Was she
Not
Lurch?
Judith Priest.
She was a snack.
She Uncle Fester?
She was a what?
A snack.
I thought it would be a Bob drop.
No.
Snatch?
She had a snacky snack.
She was fetching, but I liked how she thought she was the
She was
weird
ugly.
one.
Yeah.
Good
There was that lost episode where Herman and Grandpa pulled a Eiffel Tower on him.
The Lost episode.
Yeah, they don't put it on Hulu anymore.
Gross.
They pulled it.
Like
You
the
used
Lethal
to be
Weapon,
able to
Always
buy it on
Sunny.
DVD at the Cracker Barrel country store.
In 1965, I Dream of Jeannie,
Yes.
starring Barbara Eden and Larry Hagman, premiered on NBC.
So Bewitched premiered yesterday?
Well, it's the beginning of fall season.
And Genie? Bewitched and Genie was the same year? Dude. The pant material?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Was there boobs and Beav in that?
No, neither, but...
Not watching it. No.
But yes,
watching.
there was. Yeah.
Genie's not packing?
No, but that genie outfit was suggestive.
Heck
Yeah, that
it was.
probably gave you enough. Even if it was just in black and white. Back then, you'd excuse yourself.
Because Genie was black and white the first season, I believe.
Was it?
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Black, white.
In 1983, Kiss had their first unmasked appearance on MTV. Yeah.
No.
Well, line 4
never mind.
guy, I
Ugly dudes.
don't know. But
and you said
I'll trust your
Kiss,
judgment
right?
on
With
that one.
a
Thank
K?
Right.
Okay. Just making sure.
The full size one, by the way. Not
the little
miniature
people?
version. In 1994, the Ken Burns documentary Baseball premiered on PBS.
Yes.
Baseball.
Wow.
Wow. How many hours was that?
like 35 hours.
753.
And
Still going.
34 of it was based on 1901.
Time well spent.
So there were more hours of Ken Burns' baseball than the Munsters.
Weird. No one's ever said that before.
It's only 18 and a half hours, all right?
Aren't we getting another
my
one?
God.
Aren't we getting something this fall from
We got
Kenny Burns?
We got the 10th inning.
No, I'm saying
later.
American Revolution.
I think.
See, I don't
Civil
like
War?
The circus.
The circus.
I think he's covering the
Don't rule it out.
American
Bob
Revolution.
and Matt picks with friends
I
fight.
know. Sounds plausible.
It's just
I refuse to call that a Bob and Matt fight.
with World War
I was just
I
sitting there.
and 2
I don't even know what happened.
and Nam and
But
Korea.
you won.
It was the dumbest thing ever. Like,
You made Matt pick against the triple play he was going
what
to
was
pick.
that?
Was that it? Yeah, that's funny.
That was self-destructive behavior.
What
is
a
that
That was
was.
my triple play, but just give me Florida. Don't care.
He was just locked into that game. The problem with the American Revolutionary War, not to offend any American Revolutionary War bros, but the documentary, the beauty of most of these documentaries is that there is video footage that you can kind of play off of. Even with
And
like
you can interview people.
Yes, right. Even with like the baseball doc, it was just a lot of old timey music and like
Photos.
that's right. In 1912,
all those Civil War.
So
footage
you
looks
want
great.
more car chases?
Yeah, but
Well, now they
with
can
tanks
take
and
the painting of Washington crossing the
Yes.
Delaware, and then they can use AI and bring it to life.
All right.
But yeah, you need all that 4K from the Civil War
What
for
if
you to enjoy it.
Nate Bargatze plays General Washington.
Okay.
Now we're talking.
Sure.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
6 parts in 12
Yeah,
hours.
putting Bo and Yang in there would probably take you out of the realism a little bit.
Bo and Yang.
Bo and Yang.
Oh. Are they the conjoined twins?
Like Bo and Jim.
I'm Bo.
And I'm Yang.
That's not what
That's
it sounds
Abby and
like.
Brittany.
And we're hooked up.
In 2006,
He's
the
Asian.
Killers released.
Not me.
I'm not.
I think
When
that
you were
was
young.
Rizzoli and Isles on.
Would that be a
More
really
Franklin and
weird
Bash.
group of conjoined twins? You and Bo and Yang?
That would be a great SNL bit. Bo and Yang, and Bo and Yang is the Asian one, and it's
then
just
Bo,
a white guy.
And Bo looks
Yeah.
like Bo Duke from the Duke's Hazzard.
Boy, you have a fun time when Bo and Yang's
There you
hooking up. Also in 2006, Watching You by Rodney Atkins is released.
Now it makes sense.
What's that?
That's the All My Food song.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Food.
Fire it up, Ham.
Oh.
That's the worst song.
Oh, it's the best.
The best song.
Billy was a critter eating son of a gun.
Driving downtown, just my boy and me, with a Happy Meal in his booster seat.
It tells a story.
Knowing that he couldn't have the toy till his nuggets were gone.
Have to eat all the nuggets till he gets the toy.
Shoveling those nuggets in.
Straight to red. I hit my brakes.
He's
and
distracted?
mumbled under my breath.
We should disband
His eyes went
Nashville.
a-flying and his orange drink
Covered his lap.
Just start over.
Just reboot the whole thing.
In my four-city world said a four-letter word.
It started with C and ended no.
With a T. I said, son, now where'd you learn to talk like that?
And he said,
He said, I've been watching you, Dad, ain't that cool?
You beat up mom. You don't like women.
food. That's the only word I know is food.
Well, ticket stuff then. You love it so much.
Did he have a follow-up, like a Burger King follow-up song or anything?
The next verse, I think, was about praying or something, or the troops.
No way.
Yeah.
We went to Chick-fil-A. It was a beautiful day.
That's where we said all he needs are his friends and his fence. Maybe that was a different song.
Mm-hmm.
Rick Pitino is 73. Tommy Tuberville, 71.
Where's Patino now?
St.
Senator
John's?
Tuberville
Yeah.
to you.
That's right. Could be governor.
He recovered from the checkerboard.
He did.
Turning 70
Italian
today,
restaurant.
Billy Sims.
Oh.
Boomer. My first, well, second. Stahlback was first, Billy Sims was second, and you have no idea how special Thanksgiving was every year to get to watch him play his one game a year on TV with the Mighty Mighty Lions.
He has his own barbecue restaurant now.
He's had it for a while, Sean.
You can get the Boomer Q platter.
It's
All
good.
right.
I support Billy.
All right.
Who was your third?
It's probably Dorsett.
Tony Kukoc, 57.
Then Mark Aguirre.
Gear
All these athletes just running through you.
Lance Armstrong is 54.
He forgot Billy Bessels again.
Yes, before my time.
Call the one ball line.
Balls.
Ronaldo of the Brazilian variety.
The real
49.
one. So that means
The real one.
It means Donaldo's birthday also.
That's right.
Indeed.
Michael Kirkman, 39. Serge
Rangers.
Ibaka, 36.
What a player.
John Singleton, 34. Victor Hovland, 28.
Love him.
A little worried.
Are we going to see him in 2 weeks? Is he on that team?
Yes, I'm going to say.
All right.
Turning 27 today.
Don't worry about Vic. He's fine.
Some call him the White Freddie Adu, Christian Pulisic.
Or Pulisic.
Or yeah, whatever you want.
Look, he's Hispanic. Just let him go.
I think he's
soccer.
I think he's a little more accomplished than Freddie Adu.
Not familiar with soccer, then? Is that what you're trying to say?
We don't know if he is or not. Freddie had a great career.
Looks like we're not going to be able to bring our Clayton home. Did you see that?
Kershaw?
Yeah.
What?
He announced he's retiring at the end of the year.
We'll see about that.
Let's see what about $40 million check says to come lead this rotation.
I thought you were talking about Clayton Holmes.
I did too. I was very confused.
Kerry Livgren, 76.
Creighton.
Of Kansas.
Creighton.
Holly Robinson Pete, 61.
Oh, we got to have the audio in there when Bob got her.
Up dog.
Bob tagged her.
Aisha Tyler, 55.
With a line.
From Archer, and whose
Greatness.
line is it anyway? Jada Pinkett Smith, 54.
L4G?
Yeah.
Keep my mind.
One in the Pinkett?
Her sister, Jada Pinkett Smith.
There you go.
They're twins. There's two of them. James Marsden, 52.
Wait, that's Will Smith's Jada Pinkett, right?
Yeah.
Like if
She's definitely cucked him before.
If Chris Rock would have said at the Oscars that, hey, look at art, that's my Chris Rock.
Wow.
You stopped pretty short there.
Go ahead.
Why can't I say?
Oh, my God.
5.
All right, I'll do the joke later.
You're already in the hole.
No.
Come on, Kimmel.
No.
Let's do it.
No,
Do it for
The
Jimmy.
FCC's not worried
Do it
about
for
what
Jimmy.
we got going
Yeah.
on.
No, we're
It
good.
was a G.I. Jane joke.
Well, here's one for you. Exhibit 51.
Yeah.
Give up. Jason Sudeikis, 50.
Oh,
Doesn't
the
do him.
best. The absolute best, Jerry.
Be a goldfish.
Billy Eichner, 47.
Disney.
No.
No.
Who am I
Billy
thinking
Eichner's
of?
the screamy guy.
Michael Eisner.
Michael Eisner.
Oh, yeah.
That guy's up at 47.
Snake.
Patrick Schwarzenegger, 32.
Just got
White
married.
Born and Stay Now Dead. Fred Willard.
The great Fred Willard.
J.D. Tippett, the police officer who was killed by
right.
LHO.
He was silenced.
I think
DJ.
Gordon has his bones.
Trajan.
His bones? Like what, hanging up
Yeah,
on
he
a
made
wall?
guitar picks out of them.
Reassembled.
When you walk in, he's just got a gun shooting at you.
Born and Stay Now Dead, Ryan Sandberg.
Oh. Ryan.
And Born and Stay Now Dead, James Gandolfini.
Gandalf.
He died of lasagna.
From the Gabagool.
So good.
5.
Dale in the State Still
What,
Dead.
weapons eating now?
Dickie Pierce, who introduced the bunt.
No.
Baseball.
Okay.
Also down the Stay Still Dead, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And down the Stay Still Dead in 1970, Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, man.
5.
4,
The age of 27.
2, and you're done.
Shut it down! TVC Energy Mothership at Victory Plaza, hard by the AAC.
No, we need a Davy. Here he is.
Thank you. And while the Rant Revival doesn't officially start until the next segment, we are always glad to be joined by the great Gordon Keith during Enews on Thursdays.
Hey, what's happening, hardliners?
Hey now.
Hi, Gordo.
Are we twitching tonight?
You know, we are not twitching tonight because I've got to travel tonight.
Oh, you got to go
because we have
to
a show in the
Choctaw.
morning.
You got Choctaw.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so P1's,
all of our
P1's
Durant, Oklahoma P1s, yes, can come out and see us tomorrow morning.
Or
Durant.
gamble all night,
Dude.
stay up, and then see the losers.
Get on a heater tonight, and let's just go. Let's just win money. Just do a bunch of crack and stuff, Betsy. Let's go.
Okay.
What's
All
the
right.
hardest drug you ever done, Corby?
I mean, you know, maybe psychedelics.
That's vague.
Yeah.
All of them?
In whatever form.
Yeah.
In whatever form.
All right, the story of the day. This hit
Not gonna
actually
ask
yesterday afternoon. Yeah, an old-fashioned is the hardest drug that
But
Bob
it's a
has
good
ever
one.
done.
Not in Special K.
That's a good
Bob's
one.
done. You've done gummies, right, Bob?
Yeah,
He's done his nighttime CBD.
but it's the sleep ones.
He doesn't wake up at 4 a.m. and make a pizza.
I don't chase the dragon or anything.
Do you wake up with cotton mouth?
Yes.
Yeah.
See,
Does that happen?
That's the
Yeah,
real
you're
stuff.
baked. You're
Yeah,
baked.
You're totally baked.
Yeah, that cottonmouth kind of hangs with you till past lunch, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
It sticks around.
What's up with
I
that?
don't know.
Is that why those snakes are called that?
Because they're baked all the time.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
always thirsty.
So this hit yesterday towards the end of our show after E-News. So don't accuse me of ducking the hot story because it hadn't happened yet. But ABC has taken Jimmy Kimmel off the air indefinitely after Nexstar Media, which is based here in DFW and is one of the biggest owners of TV stations in the U.S., said it intended to preempt airings of Jimmy Kimmel Live after the remarks that he made on Monday about Charlie Kirk. And if you missed that, he didn't really say anything that inflammatory about Kirk himself, but he said that...
I put it in Slack, the audio.
Is it worth playing?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, for context, just so you don't take our word for it, you can judge for yourself. Is this in poor taste? Is this worth him being banned from the air?
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks. They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction.
Okay. All right. So you get it.
Yeah. And I think...
Fourth stage of grief.
I think what a lot of people are reacting to is he characterized the murderer, the assassin, as one of MAGA's own.
Yeah.
And we still don't know his motivations, and we still don't know his personal political leanings. You know, there's stories about his parents and his family and all of that, but we don't know all the facts. So I think that part you can get twisted a little bit, but for the most part, he wasn't saying anything about Charlie Kirk. And so when they say that he was pulled because of comments about Charlie Kirk, I think that's just kind of a lazy headline. But anyway, the action was kind of at the same time as FCC Chairman Brendan Carr threatened to take action against ABC. And so then when Disney said they were pulling Kimmel indefinitely, then Carr said he wanted to thank Nexstar for doing the right thing, which then put pressure on ABC to pull Kimmel. So it's all kind of like a domino effect. And I mentioned that Nexstar is based here. They are trying to acquire Tegna, which is the parent company of WFAA, and they're trying to purchase Tegna for $6.2 billion, and that is a transaction that requires FCC approval.
Yeah, and I heard you guys talking about this a little bit this morning, Gordo, and I thought you guys did a great job. And
I thought George won, though. George had the most points.
Well, and you,
George is fired up.
You said this last week too, Gordo, and I'm kind of with you in that same vein that I don't live in the lane of whether it's Charlie Kirk or whoever the Charlie Kirk is on the other side. I knew who he was. I was aware of things that he said. I was aware that he would stir things up. I understand all that, but I didn't live in that lane, and so it wasn't until after he was killed, though, that I started seeing him talk about the First Amendment and how protective he was about freedom of speech, whether it was good or bad. Like, he was really adamant about this.
Right, which is the ultimate irony now.
Right. And so that's what's lost in all this.
Although
I
probably
think.
not as ironic given what he did for a living and what we do for a living.
Well, yeah,
right.
Yeah, but he was.
How he makes his money. But
he was a podcaster and he was his own boss.
Yeah,
so he didn't have to answer to the FCC or to a corporate overlord.
And it was good side, bad side too. He didn't care. It was almost like the South Park episode that ran a couple of weeks ago that lampooned him. He was all for it. He was laughing his ass off on the clip that I saw on his podcast. He was like, "They nailed it. They got it right." And it was the no publicity is bad publicity, and keep going, keep making fun of us.
Stuff, yeah.
We have thick skin over here and all that. I mean, like, he is such a supporter of, yes, you can say what you feel. Now, there are repercussions.
Well, my issue, if I may, would be, like, the follow-up is now we need to get Fallon and Seth Meyers, too.
Right.
And of course, they're just over there having their turkey sandwich, wondering, wait a minute, we didn't say a thing. Obviously, they've both had their fun at the expense of the president, but that is basically the consistent theme of late-night television since the dawn of late-night television.
Yes, that's it. Every president has taken it in the shorts.
Whoever was in office, and they're the butt of the joke.
But it doesn't feel like it's about the memory of Charlie Kirk. It feels like it is the White House is very upset that these comedians think that he's fair game, and the ability for him to turn the screws on their bosses, to turn the screws on them, to shut them up about laughs at my expense. And that's honestly where
Your
I think
expense.
Yes, you inferred. And I would just say across the board, regardless of what side in the political tribal game that is played, I think anybody with a microphone is like, whoa. This is now sounding way more like state-sponsored media, where if there's an article that we don't like, or if there is a rant we don't like, we can just eliminate the person who is responsible for it and never hear from them again. And that, of course, is where, the First Amendment and really the entire basis our country is founded upon, that's where it gets really uncomfortable.
Well, yeah, and freedom of speech and the First Amendment and the antithesis, the cancel culture.
And free media.
It just depends on whose ox is being gored as to which side of the argument you're on at that particular time.
No, right.
Now, free media
that's the thing that I have I just want everyone who's celebrating the Kimmel, losing his job, what it appears to be him losing his job. I don't know if they'll resolve this in a week or so. I don't know. But just as long as, you're just as happy if a Democratic president did this to Fox News or to somebody that you like. As long as you support the principle of what's happening here, which is that if someone is criticizing the person that you like, it's okay to use the government to stop that speech.
Exactly. In the end,
and that's the slippery slope that no one wants to go down. It just reminds me of how I've heard each side complain about the filibuster when it's being used against something they want passed through. Just do you support filibusters or do you not? Don't do it to where this is just unconscionable, this filibuster. Well, you've used one when it was something that you felt it was important to use it on. So I think that what's ultimately going to happen, we're okay with Nexstar, right?
Nexstar.
You're okay with Nexstar doing it, right? It just can't be at the behest of the president or because they feel like they're facing political pressure.
Yeah, that's the fine line. Is the First Amendment protects free speech from oppression by the government. Yeah. Because we always talk about, well, it doesn't protect you from repercussions of what you say.
Exactly.
That you can be fired from your job.
And we've seen it a million times.
Yeah, you can have your friends and family disown you for something you say. But it's protected from persecution by the government, and that is the gray area here. Is did Nexstar and Sinclair and other big media companies, did they put pressure on ABC at the behest of Trump and the FCC, or this is all coincidence?
So there will be a huge lawsuit as a result of this, I'm assuming. Because Jimmy Kimmel is going to say, hey, I have a contract, and it has nothing in there about this.
And I want to, before we move on, I do want to give a quick update from the two principals. Donald Trump, he was in London, and he was asked if free speech was better protected in the U.S. or the U.K., and if he backed the removal of Kimmel's show, if he supported free speech. And Trump said that Kimmel was fired because of bad ratings. He said Jimmy Kimmel is not a talented person. He had very bad ratings, and he should have been fired a long time ago. So, you can call that free speech or not. He was fired for lack of talent. So that's his rationale. And then Jimmy Kimmel, for his part, sources are saying that he is livid at ABC and that he is trying to figure out how to get out of his contract and to just be done with ABC forever. He wants to appear as a guest on Colbert's show. There's rumors that Colbert and Kimmel are looking to do a project together. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of spins out of all that.
All right. Let's come back in 3 minutes and get into some fun stuff. Except that it's not as fun as you think. It's
too much fun.
Someone just fell off a roller coaster.
The ticket.
What?
More on that soon. Here they are. Enjoy them. I'm going to go over here.
Yes, and a reminder, no Twitch tonight because I have to travel for our big remote tomorrow morning in Durant, Oklahoma, Choctaw Casino. You can come see the Musers live.
How about that?
Live and in person in Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we had the story yesterday on Community Quick Hits that after 40 years, a huge change is coming to Six Flags Over Texas as they are retiring the Conquistador, the big Spanish galleon that would go back and forth and swing back and forth and kind of give you the feeling of weightlessness at the top. And it was right there in the Spanish section of the park.
Yeah.
Right
DJ, have you been there?
Oh, no.
To the Spanish galleon?
Yeah, is that like where you go first?
Do you go to Spanish galleons?
It's how my family got here to Texas from Mexico, actually. They rode the galleon.
Was just swinging back and forth on that ride?
Keep going. Go, go, go.
We're not making very much progress.
Just going in circles.
They didn't understand.
Yeah. What if you told Swager that was the best way to get home, Bob?
And that's also, it was right across the way from that Casa Loco or whatever, where
Casa Bonita,
where things would. It was like a
Casa Magnetica.
It was like a fun house where things would roll.
That's
uphill.
Don Juan's house.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was Don Juan's house where balls would be rolling. Their foundation wasn't secured by All Pro. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. So anyway, they're removing it in order to add a new super coaster to Six Flags, which is that's the thing is when you have a amusement park, you gotta refresh the rides every few years. You got to bring in a new hot ride to get people excited, and so that just happened in Orlando. Has anybody been to any of the Universal theme parks?
Yeah.
Because that's where Harry Potter World is, in the main Universal park.
In California?
No, in Orlando.
Okay, I went to the one in California. The Super Bowl media party was there. Didn't you come with me?
Of course.
Yeah, we saw Harry Potter Land. Shut up.
It was me, you, and the Killer.
Yeah, because Killer went and
It was
bought...
a great night.
Killer
Sounds
went
like.
and bought Harry Potter wands.
Yeah, Killer was filling his entire shopping cart with stuff so his family welcomed him home.
But then we found out that the parting gifts were Harry Potter wands.
So he bought them and then they gave them away?
$280 on stuff that they gave away.
It was so Killer.
Oh, no.
Here's 280 pieces of money.
They took it all.
So, Universal theme park in Orlando, they just opened a new theme park 4 months ago called Epic Universe. And it's the first major theme park to open in Central Florida in 26 years. And so it's kind of a big deal. And it has a signature ride. It is called Stardust Racers. It's the longest roller coaster that Universal has ever built. So it's 5,000 feet of track. The coaster reaches heights of 133 feet. It reaches speeds of 62 miles an hour. And what makes it unique is that it's twin coasters that are going at the same time, and they're kind of twisting around each other.
Oh, man. I don't know if I like that.
Yeah, so it says that riders go on distinct journeys while intertwining with one another along the way.
But it's not like the Brittany and Abby ride where they're
No, they're not connected.
Okay.
They don't share part of the track.
Does one ride finishes the other ride's sentences?
Well, just the other one's lips are moving.
Yeah. But there's also like lots of fantastic colors and graphics and ethereal music, because the idea is it's called Stardust Racers, and it's supposed to give you the feeling of riding a comet in outer space.
Okay.
How do we know what that's like?
Well, they're imagining what it's like.
Yeah, we have to. We can ask what's her name that went up to space, Katy Perry.
Yeah. What is it like to ride a comet, Katie?
Yeah, oh my God, it's so awesome.
I felt so close to God at the time. So,
is that a reduction, Gordon?
Yes. Katy Perry is one of our greatest astronauts.
Well, Stardust Racers is now closed.
Oh, no, already?
Yes, because last week, a man in his 30s died on the ride.
Hang on, Gordon.
So at some point on the 5,000 feet of track...
That's a bug, not a feature, by the way.
He had a medical emergency, and so they pull up to the platform, and everybody gets off except for this one guy. And they're like, "Sir, are you okay?" And he's unresponsive. They take him to the hospital where he's pronounced dead.
So he have heart attack?
Well, yeah, they're investigating. We don't know. But, like, are there so many G's that your, like, jugular could, like, rip in half in your throat?
You're only going 60, though. Like, it feels...
Like, so it's probably just cardiac arrest because he's never ridden a Comet before and he just didn't know what it would be like.
Well, okay, so remember this, too, is that our equilibrium changes so much from the time that we're kids getting on these roller coasters and think that it's the most amazing thing ever, and we're screaming and yelling and high-fiving, and you're running to get back in line in the Fast Pass so you can pass all the people that couldn't afford a Fast Pass.
Uh-oh, Corby, once again, your experience is not like everyone else's.
Snake. I'm running past DJ like, have you been on it yet? No? Okay, cool.
You just hold up your black
You
card.
just been stuck in the conquistador?
I mean, you know, when you're a kid and your parents, shut down the park for you and your friends.
When they rent it out for your birthday,
ride.
and then you can ride everything, and you can actually be the one to press the button to start the roller coaster?
And Eddie Van Halen's handing out cotton candy.
All you got to do is hold out the Amex, and it's fine.
Eddie Van Halen. No, and then your equilibrium changes and you're an adult, and dude, those things aren't fun anymore. And I don't know what age it happens, but it happens.
There have been two that I've ridden in my adulthood that I wasn't scared, but I did have a feeling like my head was going to get chopped off.
Like queasy?
Yeah, because one was Space Mountain.
George?
At Disney World. And then there was another one.
Queasy Jefferson?
Hey, Queasy.
There was another one at Animal Kingdom, the Disney Animal Kingdom in Orlando. That was like it was like a mountain ride. It was like a Yeti themed ride, and so both of those, like they're coasters, but they're inside of a mountain, so it's all dark, and you're going through the scaffolding of the ride. And I kept on thinking that I needed to duck down because my head was going to get sawed off, like before the Packers game in the flyover.
Yeah, but you're not that tall. It wouldn't.
I know, but that's the illusion, is that you feel like you're cheating death at every turn.
Well, Bob, when we took the Harry Potter ride,
yes,
that felt like a death sentence afterwards. I felt
there's no doubt
very, very queasy.
Yeah. Are you a coaster guy, or were you ever, Gordon?
No.
Never?
I don't like rides. No, never liked them.
Wait. As a kid, so you would go to Six Flags and you wouldn't ride any rides?
I would be with DJ and his family in the back of the Conquistador. That's the only one I'd ride. I don't want to do coasters.
Just more the merrier.
Trying to cook up low-end food back there on the back.
Did the Conquistador ever make Did the Conquistador ever make your genitals feel funny?
Yeah, that's the feature of it.
Yeah.
That's what you go there for.
Dave knew
ball tingle.
Dave knew that he was sexually active in third grade the first time he rode that. He was like, "What is happening to my pant balls?"
Pant balls. No, but it was great.
And then I
DJ's
immediately
mom
went to
made
the
us a picnic
Spelunker's
and-
cave to make out with myself.
Right, oh God, you're so hot and horny right now. So you remember the story of the woman who fell off the Texas Giant a couple of years ago?
It was now over a decade ago. It was in 2013.
And you guys handled that really well back then, and I really appreciate that.
So Rosa Ayala Goanna, where I think that's where Jim Jones had that camp.
No.
Oh. She fell 75 feet after being ejected from her seat while riding the Giant. She was 52 years old, and you tell me if the powers that be handled this correctly in their description of the event. She was seated in the third row of carts on the roller coaster and was thrown from her seat during the steep descent from the first large hill of the track. 75 feet she fell, higher than a 7-story building. She struck a metal support beam, and her body then came to rest on the metal roof of a tunnel. The autopsy showed extensive trauma of the torso.
That's never good.
The cause of death was multiple traumatic injuries due to her fall from the ride. The manner of death was listed as pending.
I thought she was sawed in half.
She had a comorbidity.
Like, why?
I don't know. Maybe she had diabetes or something.
Well, they say
she was a big lady, and so she asked the attendant to double check her restraint before the ride started, but was assured it's fine as long as you hear it click.
Yeah.
And then that first hill, it flung open, and she fell.
Was it the belt extenders?
No, you know what you're talking
No, it's
about.
the
Those things
overhead,
that
the overhead harness. Yeah,
that you hear click.
Yeah,
when you're in there.
But she was.
Well, so the guy that was part of the design team says we're concerned as engineers that we design things that fit people.
What do you mean by that?
With her size, you have to be concerned on whether she was properly fitted to that seat. We don't know if there was an issue with the ride or an issue with the way a person is sitting.
So they're victim blaming.
Or operating this ride.
Saying she's not a person.
Well, here's where it gets sticky. Is it says the safeguards include individuals who are letting people on those rides, knowing that they're a certain size.
Yeah, that is a awkward conversation for the 18-year-old kid who's the ride operator to have.
It's a summer job. You have to tell
a 52-year-old woman, "Hey, you're too fat. Can you leave?"
So
big ladies to get on the scale.
So
we'll let Corby's kids back on.
So pre-soda Dave.
We have some fast pass rich kids over here that need your spot.
pre-soda Dave, I rode a ride at the state fair.
Oh no, Dave.
And it's the one that you do barrel rolls over a fountain. You know, the fountain shoots up at you while you're spinning around.
Right. Did you hit the fountain? You hit the water, didn't you?
No, but like this lady, it only clicked one time.
Oh, no.
And I was so afraid that I was going to get flung onto the midway. I would just land it right in the middle of one of those basket toss games.
Which is not how anyone wants it
Just
to
a
end.
Huge puddle of adoption there that everyone has to walk through.
Yeah, don't even worry about it. He was adopted. And
Yeah, they're having to mop me up.
Right. All you see,
putting out some cones.
all you see is just blood and water and a moo-moo laying there.
Pour some sawdust on it.
Yeah.
Do we have any more sawdust?
Yeah,
Soak him up.
we need 2 bags of sawdust for this one.
David
Get oil slick.
David
my
been
gosh.
reduced to pet shop boy moo-moos by that time.
We need to throw some more cat litter on this.
I'm sorry, do you have this Pet Shop Boys concert tee in a 4X?
Oh, man.
Well, I hate to hear that, but yeah, you know
too.
what? You're probably smart, Gordon, not writing these things. But I feel like still, because my kids mentioned to me this summer, can we go back to Six Flags? And they're late teens.
Can we buy Six Flags, Dad?
Can we do what they used to do for your birthday?
But I don't want to ride these rides anymore because 10 years ago, the last time I went on it, I'm like, no, this isn't working the same way. I'm not getting as horny as I used to.
Recently I did like the Mario Andretti go-kart thing up in Grandscape.
Did you get stuck in the
other
car?
week I did that. That's fun.
Well, no, it was fun. I lost every time because I was too heavy that my go-kart would slow down going up the incline. But afterwards, like I had a crick in my neck, and then my buddy Toby, he had like a bruise on his side. It takes it out of you when you're past a certain age.
Man, when I took my daughter and her friend to Six Flags, they wanted to do that swing one where the swing goes like 10 stories in the air.
Oh, and it's just
and you're
goes
just in a swing.
Yeah.
And
did you do it?
I'm a man of size. Oh yeah.
You thought you were going to fly it over 30,
bro?
didn't you?
I was
like a free trip to Wet and Wild,
right?
And again, and again, and again, and again.
I've never been more scared, man. It was terrifying.
They have to cone off a parking space in the Cheddar's parking lot.
Yeah.
We need more sawdust again.
But wait, so Bob, as he is catapulting over I-30 to his imminent death, he is repeating and again.
Yeah, the stream got locked up again.
And again.
Man, that ride. If we could make each other go on the rides, that would be the last draft pick would be that swing one.
My buddy Dave,
it's terrifying.
When we were in college, vomited on the Texas Giant.
Did it get all over somebody else?
I'm sure it did. We were in front of him, and he puked everywhere. So these things are for real. You don't want to mess with them.
I was on that. What's the spin around one?
Spinnaker? Yeah.
It's a young
I was on
man's
that
game,
one time,
man.
and a dude threw up and went right back in his face.
That's the one that
Stuck
pins
on
you
the
up
wall.
against the wall with the G-forces?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you
His vomit
choke
just
on your own
in a
vomit?
holding pattern right up against the wall.
So out on that, too.
Did you ever spider with your girlfriend and make her back up against the wall, and you're just stuck to her? No? Well.
You know, we were having a nice time. Sorry, Gordon.
Well, Gordon, enjoy your drive to Choctaw.
Yes. I hope you make it.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today.
Don't take the conquistador to Choctaw.
Yeah, I know. It takes way too long, as DJ found out.
All right. Thanks, Gordon. We love you.
Love you,
Gordon.
There he goes.
Bye.
Gordon Keith of The Rant.
Patreon.com/sportsgreek.
And here's Dave.
Well, I promised you some good news.
Good.
This is a fascinating origin story. So, a woman a pregnant woman named Angelica Martinez on September 2nd.
DJ?
Don't think I know her, no.
Okay. I have to ask.
Unbelievable. I'm sorry, DJ.
Was she on the Conquistador with you?
She might have been, and I didn't know her.
Making very little progress across the Great Plains.
So, Angelica Martinez on September 2nd was on her way to the hospital. She's pregnant, and she started having contractions just a couple blocks from Dallas Methodist Medical Center.
Okay.
And her husband is driving, Luis Mendoza. DJ?
Check my Rolodex. I don't think so, though.
Okay. All right. Good question, though, Dave.
So the husband is driving her to the hospital with his hazards on, trying to be very cautious, but also get there with great haste because she is about to deliver. And he arrives and he pulls into the front circle of the hospital and he throws it in park and he tells the valet, "Go get help now." And he runs around. He runs around to check on his wife, to help his wife out of the car, and he says that he sees the baby's head start to come out.
Oh, no. Of the car?
No, of the mommy.
Did they hang...
And maybe the car as well.
The baby drove?
Did they hang her legs out the back passenger window to get the area,
to get a breeze,
some air going down there?
Yeah, like a dog sticking its head out the window.
And then the kid just fires out the window, hanging on by the umbilical cord.
So he says that he ran around to the passenger side and helped deliver the baby. He said, as soon as I got there, the baby was coming out. There was no stopping it.
Yeah.
And so as he's delivering the baby, all of these nurses and doctors and volunteers from the hospital are running out the front door. And by the time they get there, the baby's already out. And they said he did a fantastic job. They said the dad is the hero of the day, as far as I'm concerned, one of the volunteers said, because dad had already lifted the baby up and laid her on the mother's chest.
What about the cord?
Well, the cord was still attached.
Oh, he didn't cut it?
No, he didn't cut it.
Okay, what's the deal with that thing? Are you supposed to give it time before you cut it? Or can you cut it immediately?
Well, that is a thing now, is that they... like
real doctor talking
the new kind of groupthink, because we just went through this with Wells a couple years ago.
Yeah, you keep that till they're like 3 tied together.
No, but you do leave the cord attached for longer because you want the cord blood to continue to pump into the baby.
What does that do? Cord blood,
and also you can bank the cord blood. Like if you need to give your baby a transfusion, or you just want to make some sangria.
I can't drink already.
Yeah.
Okay. Dang it.
I don't know. But anyway.
Stuff down his line.
So how long is...
He says
how long do you leave it in? Or leave it alone, I guess?
I think it's like 9 months.
No, it's a couple minutes. It's a couple minutes.
Okay. And then did you cut the cord?
Yes, I did.
How close to baby do you cut it, though? Is there let's say it's a 6-foot cord.
Yeah.
Where do you cut it? I don't remember doing this.
They clamp it.
I don't even remember having kids.
They clamp it, and then you cut it maybe like an inch or two from the baby, and then it shrivels up and falls off after a couple weeks.
God, do you remember all this?
Just the shrivel up and fall off in a couple weeks part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think when my
Wells,
when my little brother had that,
Wells,
going on,
his umbilical cord was like a jump rope. Like it was like handkerchiefs coming out of a
Is that dangerous?
Mouth.
Is that dangerous for a kid though?
I guess it can get wrapped around their neck and stuff.
Right.
But he was fine. Anyway, mom and baby were then put on a gurney and whisked into the hospital where they checked everybody out. They went home a few days later, and then the couple returned to the hospital on September 16th, which was the original due date. Baby came early.
To give the baby back?
No, they just wanted to introduce baby Camila to all of the staff that helped.
Oh.
So, yeah. Just a story of triumph.
Yes.
Human
You guys-
triumph.
I mean, I guess we all could do it, but what a full-on panic situation.
Right. You're like, oh my God, there's blood everywhere. What am I supposed to do?
Because all
Is
those
that blood?
all those classes that you went to.
Oh yeah,
Like the Lamaze classes and-
the pre-birth classes.
All I did was stare at my phone and look at scores.
Of what?
Good stuff, Corby.
I don't know. Whatever was going on at the time, I have no idea.
Just give me any sporting
score,
event, in
anything.
any sport,
Yes.
in any country.
Oh my God! Did you see harness racing in Ethiopia?
Sir, could you pay attention here?
Okay, controversy on the hilltop.
Yes.
I don't know if anyone is aware of this. So we have the final Iron Skillet coming up on Saturday, the matchup between SMU and TCU. And SMU, the Board of Trustees chair, David Miller, has said that the phrase pony up has died a natural death. And that if you look at the SMU Athletics Twitter account, they haven't used the hashtag pony up since May.
What happened?
Well,
the ponies complained.
If you ask Rhett Lashley,
probably
he says we love our fans, we love passionate fans, and if you say pony up to me, I'll say pony up back. And if you say go Mustangs, I'm going to say go Mustangs. But he says we're the SMU Mustangs. It's the Mustangs playing, not the ponies. The branding needs to be SMU and the Mustangs, and there needs to be no gray area in that. So it appears that Lashley and the athletic department are trying to make sure that Mustangs is the first thing people think of when they think of SMU and not ponies.
Is it because ponies registers some sort of thought to a third grade girl?
Yeah,
whose soccer team?
My Pretty Pony.
Yeah.
Or My Little Pony.
I've never thought that ever, and nobody else has either. And think about like all the schools that have confusing nicknames, like Auburn. Okay,
like North Texas. Are they the Screaming Eagles or the Mean Green?
Yeah, Auburn Tigers, but War Eagle.
Yeah, why do they have an eagle flying around the stadium?
And why does Alabama have an
elephant?
An elephant running around? Like, what's going on here?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and it did kind of set off the alumni on social media saying that we're going to still say pony up.
Right.
But it seems like the institution itself is trying to distance from it and trying to, I guess, butch things up by saying we're the Mustangs and go Stangs.
So think about that. All the history that SMU has, and they're changing things. It's like May. It's the cutoff. No more ponies. We're not doing it anymore. But the Aggies with the milkmen won't do it. They won't say anything.
Yeah, they will keep the milkmen until the end of time.
Because at SMU, there's probably no pushback, and
nobody would push back.
You do not know A&M for a second if you think there would be no pushback. That is the dumbest thing you've ever said on the airwaves.
Back?
Literally everybody that protects every tradition down there.
They don't care. I need
people who like milk.
You literally don't know what you're talking
214.
about. And by the way, I was watching The Pulse, which is the A&M little show that they make with their little NFL films things about the one in South Bend. They were there.
Well, they didn't get shown on TV, which is all I got.
That was demanded by the people that are trying to get rid of them.
That's a different discussion. And I don't try to take that from me. I'm trying to get rid of them.
I know you are.
But they were there.
I would like to hear from the vehement Aggie defender of the milkmen. What is your...
They will only defend yell leaders. They will not defend milkmen.
All right. Well, if you're really into that, like if you're super into guys dressed in unitards doing stupid cheers...
Why do you have to say it like that?
Or hand-painted overalls.
Yeah.
This is why they hate you. This is why they don't listen to your show, because
I support them.
With their name across their buttocks like Juicy.
I know I am, but I'm doing it the right way. I'm doing it well with a little more gentleness, as opposed to, hey, if you're a unitard milkman, like just talk normal to them. They're humans. They can respond to words.
214-520-HELP. If you're really into the milkmen. Like you like,
or if you're
can't
upset,
get enough.
or if you're upset about pony up.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Or you're just mad about Corby.
Yeah. Or if you just hate Corby.
All right, that's good stuff, Dave.